of that comfort now with Purpo establishing himself within the roster, and you know, everything kind of coming to fruition around him. On the side of Liquid,
don't choke.
Well, basically, we're looking back towards consistency,
yeah.
And unfortunately, historically, that's always been an issue for the name, not necessarily these individuals on the stage. Interesting start here, actually, as Liquid try and set something up outside of B, but GIANTX seem pretty happy to sit in the buy phase for an extra 20 seconds or so, just waiting.
Yeah, gonna see what they eventually commit towards, because it does seem rather indifferent, doesn't it? Maybe a little aware of what Liquid might be doing. I don't know if there was any indication early on, but you can see the intent here, right? You can see what they're waiting on.
Yeah, I mean, it's Kiko to try and take contact here. Obviously, the stun and the paranoia to follow. Enzo nearly played in here. The Sheriff, but just misses the timing. We'll have his recon back up now.
Standing ahead.
We're going to send out immediately. Yeah, actually, that getting destroyed now. We'll raise the flag for Liquid. Rotation should come through.
Yeah, slow and steady progress so
30
far.
seconds left.
And contact going to be had. Enzo's still fine, not really phased yet. He's been able to find a little bit of safety towards the backside of the site. The first context found. It's going to be Purpo, it's going to be Cloud, and a good little follow-up here. Nice clear on the site. GIANTX looking very robust on this. Yeah, a little late in the day, but perfectly done. Plants now in, and it's Nats to try and handle 5. Passed the test on the first, but a quick trade out for Purpo.
A couple of headshots coming through, yeah, but basically unrecoverable at that point. GIANTX bide their time. Even here, I think in the space of about 5 or 6 seconds, every kill coming through for them. Yeah, interesting to see. I mean, GIANTX happy to anticipate that sort of aggression on the pistol round, because it's, I wouldn't say it's particularly uncommon, but unorthodox to see such a setup outside of B. GIANTX get themselves on the board first, at least.
Light coming back in.
Yeah, yeah, 2 Guardians actually alongside a Vandal here.
So it's eyes on Cloud, really. Want to see him keep control of that, make sure that doesn't fall at any juncture. But again, if you look at Liquid here, they're coming in very, very reserved. Only the classics coming out. Early progress ult-wise, Purpo. I mean, he had a really good start there. So early work. It's a showstopper. He'll be happy enough with that. Again, looking at Purpo, looking to see how he kind of gels with this roster, how he fits in. We've seen highs and lows, but you give them a little bit of time to acclimatize to the roster, find their footing here. And obviously, I want to see how he looks played in a little more. So that young talent certainly has been looking excellent throughout this opening season. I think it has been kind of the talk of the town that, you know, the newcomers, the rookies, be interesting to see how well Purpo kind of fits into that as well. But looking like Liquid going for a stack, and it was all a bit of a ruse from GIANTX. They can take the walk now. They've got pretty much the green light to go towards A. And again, if you're Liquid, you're just going to try and make a stack out of this.
Yeah, Hoodie going to try and dig a little deeper here. Maybe figure out that there's nobody actually positioned up towards Heaven, as Kiko's
30 seconds left.
now fully committed towards this rotation. It's a wide open sight for them. Hoodie catch a couple of audio cues here now.
That's nice. Should be fully aware now of what it was. Got to be a little cautious of the flank, obviously, not knowing if they progress. They still have the utility invested on the back lines from Fatinho, so should keep them somewhat safe. Hoodie does need to overdo things here. Does a lovely bit of chip damage towards Kiko. And now it should be par for the course. Hoodie can make these sort of moves. Again, just that ghost, outdone by Mystic's positioning. So not exactly the upgrade he was dreaming of, but it's what you're going to get.
Yeah, as long as we see these 3 rifles maintain, you even seeing actually Purpo swapped over to the Sheriff here to try and go forward, maybe get a couple of more orbs towards the showstopper.
And no hurry for this. He knows that they're going to give it up to the spike, you know, if possible, right? So it's, can he cost them more? Can he work towards his ult? Well, I mean, another step, yes, but not exactly, you know, the maximum reward he could have gone for.
Even just going forward and dying, to be honest, getting one more worthwhile in that situation with the 3 rifles maintained. GIANTX, a clean start here to Lotus.
And what are we looking for in your mind when it comes to GIANTX? Because we tend to talk about like mid-table teams, right? And I think a lot of people put these 2 names somewhere toward that. Are you looking to see how maybe Purpo's fitting into the roster? Is that going to be enough of a solution?
Yeah, sure. But yeah, like I said, top of the map here for me, it's just about comfort levels. Obviously, having, I don't want to say forced to make such a roster change, but also with some of these role switch-ups, that's the key thing for me. People slipping onto different agents, picking up different roles or different positions on certain maps. It's the comfort factor for me. Questions that do come about with a roster change, and obviously it is more noticeable when it's somebody picking up the reins on a duelist. Tend to be the front runner for the team.
Now, this looks far more committed than the previous round, where it was just a simple test here. Purpo trying to be the first in, but Mystic manhandling both. Redgar and Purpo gone. They're going to lose a lot of that punch to the front line now. Oh, and it's quick work from Mystic. Feeling confident today, and rightly so. Bonus round not looking so likely now. An ace could be on the cards, and he's up for it. The turret not even going to be in question. Beautifully done by Mystic. A big start for him. Looking sharp today.
Well, clean for the first two, but Mystic showing a bit of his own prowess here. Beautiful opening. I mean, the shot to Cloud.
Come on now, what's
I thought
that?
he was already on top of the box there to catch that one.
Lovely.
First round, he has a rifle in his hands.
I think he said, lovely round,
Yeah,
Giants.
lovely round.
I can't wait until I see you again.
Let's play round 4.
The Riot voiceover at the end that comes on the subtitles.
Swarm grenade out.
Okay, so a little bit of a different start now for GIANTX. Enough of that kind of C-lean didn't really work out. First real buy round for them, and again, Purpo only 2 away from that ult, so that could be on the horizon. Now, Mystic the one to get his first and foremost, but not particularly something that's going to be game-changing. Enzo, that's got to be straight through the wall there.
I'm curious, actually, if even that's on the back of a dart to take that space, because there's no challenge coming forwards towards Rubble. So just walking up ADS here with the Odin. Have Kiko in support, but he will now slip away towards B as Giants. Spike not committed just yet, still trying to poke and prod around the map, and Enzo's found a second again.
Mitch is fuming that none of these kills have been caught. He's furious.
Oh, hopefully we'll be able to see the replay on the second one, because again, look at where the death marker is.
Yeah.
They said a wallbang in the kill feed, but I thought that's just a wide swing by Enzo.
Oh, and they've lost out on so much here.
Well, they lose a ton of map control off losing the double lurk, but being the Killjoy and the Viper as well.
Kiko spotted them. That's the paranoia triggered. Mystic already here as well. Got to be cautious though. Doesn't want to give them a chance. Keep in mind, 3 of them can still do some serious damage. And Purpo's actually slipped ahead. Kiko with a fantastic bailout. Good trade for Redgar, but again, Liquid have this on wraps. Keeping control of his extremities means this map feels so small. So few options for GIANTX in this round. And Cloud now with 10 seconds. I mean, the door's shut here.
10 seconds left.
He's just going to try and hold on to this rifle. Liquid looking to punish a little further. I think Cloud is going to be noted on the retreat here, and not enough time. I think even here, 3 seconds ticking away.
Cloud.
They went for a challenge, yeah.
Easy, Tiger.
I said there was no way they were catching him there. Get all the way back through. Yeah, first here, just blind
Straight through the
spam.
wall.
Okay, the second's pretty unfortunate. Oh,
Little
actually,
bit of
no,
shoulder.
well, yeah,
Okay,
at least,
yeah.
yeah, it's shoulders onto the angle. Oh, it would have been pretty unfortunate if it was just another blind spam, but yeah, I mean, at that point, that sort of round, that slow burn, there's not a lot of options because you remove basically both question marks. There's no flank utility, and also then no kind of denial of information behind this wall over towards A.
So
Pace change here, though.
Yeah. Udi. Real clean with that. Kiko's not going to be happy losing his head early, but the vast majority of GIANTX was still eyeing up, dealing with what's in front of them here on that B site. They've taken the space. They might be able to get a plant. Just with this ult on top, securing at least one side of these approaches. Just a tag, though.
Maybe just a tag for 4 HP. Lucky to get away with his life here. Spam coming through once again for Enzo. No connection just yet, but Purpo will fall now. But Cloud doubles up.
And that's a Mystic. What do you do here? Mystic go on walkabouts, but it's a long, old route, and I don't think Nats is all that fussed. I think they're going to have to relinquish this one. GIANTX, I mean, yeah, the ult on top of that fabulous shot to start with, alleviating some of the pressure on the extremities, working wonders, converting this round back. Liquid won't be happy with this.
No, definitely not. And with what was brought into this round, Showstopper not necessarily finding a kill, but enough damage. It's a thrifty conversion here for GIANTX. Mystic and Nats will hold on to their rifles as said, but again, funds still there or thereabouts for Liquid behind this purchase. I think Kiko toying with the idea of an operator, actually. Yeah, it's the response here from Cloud, really, that shuts that down. Obviously, the hero rifle carried across from the previous.
Let's see if maybe GIANTX can keep this up now going into the natural buy. Obviously, plenty of upgrades are available after that last round. And
Yeah,
I guess
Hoodie,
fight fire with fire.
Yeah, Hoodie's a little pissed about getting spammed out previously, so looking to catch the angle on the spam the other side. Very slow early rounds coming out from GIANTX, so the only real pace change we've seen was round 3 where Mystic was able to find that ace over on C site.
They have been somewhat testing B now. I feel as though that's been kind of upped in the priority list, but Yampi ready to try and slow them if they can, but I think you're right though, it's the lack of commitment, right? The spike still left by Spawn, still testing on the extremities. Purpo's got to be a little bit careful here, because it looks like they want to take that space back.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely do. With, obviously, the Omen and the Breach, in terms of these lanes, they become very, very awkward. When you look at the utility available for Liquid, which is maybe why GIANTX are kind of tiptoeing around the map, maybe. Ooh, got to be careful that's required, but yeah, Enzo definitely going to get overwhelmed here with the Odin.
Good for one, but look at the rotations. Already going to have 2 players here after that. Clear on B. One posted towards backside, one a little closer, that being Nats. Can't really back away from this. There's an issue, yeah. The ult denying any audio, so Cloud going to take that opportunity to close the gap. Mystic did manage to make it out of dodge, but Cloud going to hold the ground here. The plant is now in 4v3. Kiko, Yampi, and Mystic going to try and play this one back through. Keeping a little bit of a mind towards Yampi's positioning, but it's Redguard to isolate Mystic. Trade comes in, and now we're down to a 2v3. Make it a 2v2. Nice attempt from Kiko, but now it's all on Yampi. One right, one left. A fair fight on the first.
What is that target looking at?
Yeah, not him. Fatinho, though, eyes on the prize. GIANTX stabilize here and get another on the board.
A little bizarre to see Liquid after the Nightfall, kind of half in, half out. Mystic obviously retreats all the way up into the smoke in heaven. I'm sure if Nats maybe thinks there's a smaller window here, or he's expecting somebody to push through the cage, because then Mystic's stuck inside the smoke. So yeah, a little curious. That's where maybe that's a frantic communication in the moment.
Well, it's interesting, so we're seeing that operator coming out now, something you're saying that was being kind of considered previous. Now committed to. Kiko opting for that. So a very different look here now, kind of indicating the early presence from Enzo. That's not a surprise. That's been what we've been noting thus far. But again, GIANTX, I think you said it very well in that previous round, that we are seeing them taking this very passive default approach. Try and deal with extremities. But again, you are starting to see pressure now from Liquid. Look at this, both sides of the map, Mike. We've got Mound and Rubble Control being fought for. Kiko on a real knife's edge, and Purpo's found success on B. Almost a nightmare now scenario for Team Liquid.
Yeah, because, I mean, posted up this deep, only one satchel left. You know, as soon as he shows this operator, there's going to be a second player swinging onto this.
Oh, so diligent. Love to see GIANTX still hitting that protocol list there.
Actually, yeah, very disciplined from Kiko to give this up. No second shot at it. Redguard isolated on the TP. Again, to look to try and pressure the backlines here, but Mystic, actually Hunter's Fury going to come through and connect as well.
So much information free-flowing. Liquid levying that early damage so well.
That was beautiful, Lauren.
Enzo working that like an absolute champion, teeing up Mystic to build off the back through the small door. That was a bailout from Enzo there, because that looked like GIANTX could have then potentially flooded the site. Absolutely,
yeah, and you're absolutely right to note the Hunter's Fury, because they either sit and tank this, or they move into Mystic, or they swing out into the open outside Rubble. There's no correct answer here in the moment for GIANTX.
One enemy remaining.
Really well handled by Liquid.
Lovely.
Again, Redguard, tough. I mean, I love the reaction to try and get into the backlines. You know that it's a deeper setup towards Rubble, maybe reading one, potentially two people, but he's just out in the open. He's not tucked in to drop there. And he gets punished before any pressure's really mounted on Liquid.
And I kind of like I guess the conditioning Liquid are doing. You're burning a lot of that early utility. for GIANTX if they do want to try and clear these spaces. Now we've seen it. I don't know if they've noted the mound control that was considered last round, because we saw them go for it, but I don't know if GIANTX really actually explored that option. So again, to clear even just this part, it's either a body on the line or it's utility.
I love this now. They're trying to bait them onto this angle with the Odin. I think maybe not expecting the operator was there previously, but there was no spam, so they're almost trying to bait them in on the previous round, and here, baiting them in with the Odin.
A little surprising, though, because Enzo was still showing utility in the last round. There was still that presence of mind. I'm a little surprised, but regardless, you're going to take it every day of the week. If you're Kiko, you're happy with that. That was a perfect set trap. And now an exchange of space. C taken over, but the rest of the map now under the Liquid banner. They should note this is going to be all in. Door on the swing, and it's going to be Kiko on the look. Does he spot anything out of place? No one. Having a little bit of a glance. You could see the temptation maybe for Cloud there, but again, Paint Shell starts to come through now. The pressure needs to start mounting, and soon.
Coutinho's the one to dig out first, but he's playing so deep this. Actually, Boombot hit to clear him as well.
Okay, they know he's there, but his presence alone is still an issue. Look at the time being purchased. Spike's starting to tick a little quicker. They got to get a move on, and Liquid aren't getting the access they want at all. Good damage, but they got to go fast here. Fantastic discipline from Kiko to hold that, and they're clearing. But time, keep it in mind. Oh my God, there's no time left, but you saw how close that was. A nice attempt, but GIANTX holding on long enough there.
A little bizarre to see. I'm not sure if they were waiting on a cooldown, maybe of something, a piece of utility that was crucial. Obviously, no, I think the paranoia is synced with the recon sent back through here. Obviously, the two pieces of utility in question being the dart and the fault line, but a beautiful retake, really well constructed. But like you said, you could just hear the spike ticking away. I think the penny drops way too late for Liquid. Yeah, credit where credit's due, but I mean, GIANTX didn't really have to do anything there.
Rounds around. Kind of put a little bit of credit as well towards Coutinho, just kind of playing his life so well at that point, because you are going to be committing players to try and clear that back line. It's going to be a nuisance. But a pace change and a gear shift straight in towards B, and Nats, he got revealed, but he still gets away with it. Kiko the one to claim the kill, but still, his position paramount. And now they've lost out on Purple, so the space can't be taken, it can't be followed back up on. And a quick pivot potentially, but it's an isolated affair.
Spycam will spot Cloud as well.
Gotta be cautious.
Mystic now tasked. Holding down Rubble. He's in a tough spot here. If anybody wide swings onto this, I mean, be able to TP away. Paranoia will slow things down. Again, Rolling Thunder and Paranoia burnt up here, where it's looking like GIANTX are going to find themselves potentially a 4v1, 4v2, maybe if Nats preemptively heads towards C. And two massive tools for the retake.
Yeah, and I think, again, the timing, the lack of presence is starting to kind of build suspicion for Team Liquid. Already going to put
left.
two players, at least leaning a little close towards that C side. It will be Kiko to deal with all of it, and the operator got switched out. It's going to be Yampy this round to hold it, so it's just him on the rifle. Going to have a support from Mystic, but yeah, they can't really do much.
There's a pit to work with as well.
Spike
But he can throw this in, yeah.
Unless it's a quick clear, that's very hard to handle. Cloud with a freebie on towards Nats, it looked like. And straight on in, though, one player just flying on past Kiko. How's no one called this? How has no one called that? It was seen.
He's got Spike. What? He's outside the pit here.
This could be a huge problem, and it's all going topsy-turvy. They are locked into their own prison. They don't even know it. And Yampy goes walking in. It's all on Hoodie in a 1v3. Yes, he finds the first and a second. Does he save them in this nightmare round? Yampy waiting, and he strikes. And the timing this time is fine. The fuse should be there. But what a round, Mike. That was all over the place.
I mean, I hate to assume, but I've already talked about kind of chaotic comms and maybe things not being relayed in the moment. That is one of the best examples you ever see. Kiko is caught sattling through the top side here, and he gets 2 kills in the backline. Outside the pit, gets control of where the spike is planted.
And don't get me wrong, there was obviously Cloud's ult on top, so that did remove the audio cues, but it was seen. If no one's even looking that direction, there's a problem, right? It's real issues there, and that's a timeout. No, it's actually been very well done. A lot of faith put into the utility, of course. That certainly helps, having just, you know, again, a couple of deep pieces of utility that kind of generally, I guess, imply commitment. That didn't even get tested over towards C until very late in the game, obviously, but still, You're absolutely on the money. Now this time Enzo, because he is soloing the site, is going to respect this. Any show of force early on just doesn't get to be able to do the spam he was doing before, but so Yampy's coming on over. Classics rattling off a couple of shots, but it is that Sheriff.
A lot of respect shown here from
Yep.
Liquid. Happy to give up the plant here on what is going to be a lesser purchase.
You just don't want it to be messy, really, if you're a team up against a buy like this. Now GIANTX have actually got themselves a plant. I mean, this Paranoia, if he gets the right timing on it, could be very valuable, but just walks in. That's gonna find Redgar, very clean. Follow up towards Cloud. No naughtiness here. No allowance for it. In reality, they're being cleared very cleanly. This is a good look for Liquid. Clean, concise rounds. Boxed up and packaged. Liquid. Nice succession here. Getting up to 5.
Flawless.
And tying up the scoreline.
I would say that again, considering how these rounds have gone, tying up the scoreline at 5-5. GIANTX still in this half. Chance to maybe recover in the final 2. Need a round win, though, here to protect the economy for the next. And Redgar and Cloud just trying to get something done.
One enemy.
And as soon as the neural theft comes through here,
One enemy remaining.
all but wraps for GIANTX. Showstoppers on both sides here. Kiko and
Right
Purpo
there.
an opportunity to invest here, but yeah, look at
There
it.
we
We
go.
might have a brawl for it here.
Yeah, this could be a nice fight. Kiko instantly cleared by Redgar. Now there might be
Right there.
a little bit of an issue on this. Yampy, somewhat committed. He can't really back away, has to fight his way out, but fortunately for him, he's got Enzo, but yeah, Cloud,
player
stunning work with 3. Enzo, Yampy, and Mystic all just get deleted in a heartbeat,
Now they're going to assume Nats is on the other side of the map,
right?
surely.
They certainly do, but it is Nats, of all the players. But there's bodies. Oh, all good.
I mean, you know,
Cloud,
nearly a
woo,
line-up, yeah.
Got a little nervy, all good. Good answer back from GIANTX there.
Pace change really suiting Giants, but at the same time, Liquid kind of get caught into a weird commitment to this hold that, I mean, here, Yampy's swinging with an operator from behind.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, very strange, but like you said, can't really fault the reaction there from GIANTX to just scale up immediately and punish that. Again, I think about the information they have previously, it's 1, maybe 2 people, so this much of an investment behind a rubble hold immediately destroyed there, and I mean, the pace will continue here if we do see commitment towards C.
Yeah, Nats needs to get out of the site here. No point trying to hold on to that. This will be under the banner of GIANTX, and they should get themselves in a very comfortable post-plant position as well. Quite like what Purpo's doing. The timing! He's caught Nats! And he's
Got a
sticking
ton of
around.
space as well.
Yeah, nice work from him. Support from Fatinho as well. It's not an isolated effort anymore. Gonna post up the Nightfall as well, just gonna secure all that space. Doesn't note a player, so again allows them this freedom to take over Waterfall. And the last 2 players, I don't know what you're meant to do really. Not an easy scenario to try and clear. Oh,
Just so many
jeez.
late pieces of
Yeah.
util to slow things down, make it even harder for Mystic and Yampy. You just have to sit back and let this one conclude itself, to be honest. Redgar will find one. Yampy next on the chopping block.
Yeah.
Andalusia
Wow.
flawless to close out the half. It's 7-5 for GIANTX, which, like I said, close your eyes, cover the top of the screen. You probably wouldn't feel like that's how the half went.
No, but yeah, the pace change, a little bit of a gear shift. It looked like it completely just stunned Liquid. And I love this commitment through towards Waterfall. And it wasn't just Purpo, you had Fatinho there by his side. Really good look on that. So closing out in a nice flawless round, gonna keep that confidence rather high. But again, it has been a bit of a back and forth affair. But on the side swap here, Mike, what are we looking for Liquid on the attack? And what are we kind of eyeing up for GIANTX?
I mean, Kiko's already stretching his legs a little bit in the first half here. He's going to be the power player for Liquid, obviously, in the second. See Enzo and Yampy, how they can set him up, put him in motion to continue delivering here. I'm looking at the minimap, it might just be straight
Standing
play
ahead.
towards B here for Liquid. Like, I mean, no presence shown on the other side, but yeah, wide open B side, and Liquid able to thread the needle, find that.
Now, my curiosity down the line will kind of lean towards Nats and what he can do there, but beyond that, they have...
It's getting weird.
Where's the spike going?
It's getting
Where's
really
the spike
weird.
going? Why is the spike there?
Down. Defender spawn.
You had B. That wasn't enough. Right.
I mean, maybe not feeling safe with the pressure from the door outside C and that pressure coming through from Mound, but now Spike ends up in the defender's spawn. Don't see that very often.
No, and Cloud should get a reward here, I'm pretty sure. Yep.
Last
That's
player
that.
standing.
Gone, Enzo gone, and that's going to be Liquid kicking themselves. Didn't love that, Mike, if I'm honest.
No, like I said, I think that this is just absolute paranoia that there's going to be a flank coming through. They're going to get shot in the back and concede basically the spike at the point they try to plant it on B. But I mean,
just the logic.
Yeah, there's. I mean, I understand the logic, but again, stand and handle the flank. Commit to one side or the other. This almost seems like a roll of the dice to get the spike off-site through fear of losing it.
And again, it's like, in my mind, logical steps being the fact that you haven't had any contact towards B. Yes, you'd maybe consider the extremities, but also there's as every other chance, they're sitting deep towards CT, waiting to play back in towards B. You know, it's again, walking into that potential blender felt like too much of a risk for too little of a reward. So I won't be happy with that, but again, we move on. We shift forwards, and they're going to have to suffer through this round as well, considering how clean that was from GIANTX, who have already got themselves Guardians galore. Let's see if Liquid can maybe get a plant, get involved a little.
Tap the spike, obviously will draw out the spam. Already 4 members of GIANTX here, though. I'll try and deny that as best they can. The swing on from Hoodie and Cloud is perfect.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
on the clean-up duty here. Happy will find a consolation, but Hoodie will find 4 on the round.
Big.
GIANTX, beautiful conversion after, what, back-to-back flawlesses, really.
Yep.
The first one to set things in motion here for the second half, and Liquid already starting on the back foot. Really tough now. Lose this, double digits for GIANTX, upgrades coming through.
Yep. Do you have a little pocket play maybe for GIANTX in this round in the bonus? Anything to be, you know, offsetting Liquid? I'm waiting to see. It looks like there's a stack, and it looks like Liquid are on the other side. So this could be a bit deadly. Now, generally, Enzo has gone through the protocol list of clearing this, but the timing on this could be pretty important, and Cloud is unaffected and played in perfectly. Cloud just bringing down pain. GIANTX couldn't ask for a better start. They looked so well prepared for this.
A commitment of 4 players towards this as well. Cloud able to punish.
And they still have someone on this side.
Yeah, I'm walking into the Killjoy setup now. You're going to set off the mollies here and still find a kill. Enzo
Spike down A.
got out here. Spike has to be retrieved now, but already the reinforcements are here, Lauren.
They're running low on numbers. Yampi needs to get this plant in, or maybe a pick if possible. If you're being honest, they need to get a couple of kills, and Fatinho's not having it, not allowing it. Still on Nats with 4 HP and 4 to find. Can't even commit 1 HP per player. Yeah, this round is wraps. I don't even know if he can survive in this. They've got 2 upgrades.
Yeah, 30 seconds. There's plenty of time to hunt him down as well.
30 seconds left.
So, again, they've all now got they've got another rifle now out of this. It's just Purpo who's on that Guardian.
Yeah, that's going to try and find some damage to the economy, but won't even get the first. Hoodie. Another kill, double digits on the board. He's encroaching on the Viper's Pit as well here. GIANTX looking way more decisive on the second half of Lotus. And Liquid struggling to really get on the board.
Yeah, this early stack, I mean, Cloud being completely unaffected, it couldn't have gone better.
I mean, not caught by the fault line, not spotted by the drone coming through, just sits under this one way.
Nice! This is my fucking side. Nice!
This is your what?
It's my sight, I think.
I must, yeah. Oh, good. Didn't even have to really lean on the fill, so we're fine. Now, hopefully, Liquid, after their several timeouts, one for actual tactical purposes, it actually has value for them here, because they need a bit of something, because it's been a little bit sparse coming through after the end and the start of this, at least on the half. Again, early looks towards rubble. But those Guardians are no subtlety. And no, we know the economy is not sitting comfortably here, but
I think once GIANTX hear this as well, oh yeah, we'll spot the shoulder.
Oh!
Enzo calming down the second.
B.
Could have been nice, that.
And like I said, yeah, once you
30
hear a couple of
seconds
these Guardians ring out, obviously...
Oh, that's... Wow, this...
Oh.
Oh, ladies and gents, we are in for a ride today. Yeah.
That's how it goes this time around. Different setup this time around, though. GIANTX looking to try and deny some of this space outside B. Again, Fatinho on his site, as he calls it.
His what side?
His site.
Beep. Okay, it's a very similar beginning, if I'm honest,
Yes,
as well.
yeah.
Very, very similar. Purpo not going to get the same reward, but patience being shown on the other side this time.
I thought maybe, yeah, but Purple obviously catching Enzo shouldering in the previous, but it looks as if GIANTX were going to be very proactive outside B here, but maybe just reinforcing that hole. The trade will come through, though. Mystic and Fatinho finding kills.
I felt like it was potentially blind as well. I don't know how much information they were able to see on each other with that Viper wall covering it off, but kind of trading out omens. And looking like they want to kind of imply they're leaning back towards B with the owl drone coming in from Enzo, but we can see where they're heading. Heading over. I think that's going to be Hoodie. Yeah. Seeing on this one. He can maybe get one and back away. Let's see what he can get from here. Good stall, but two have slipped through. So sight is going to be pressured now. Hoodie, it's got to be good for it. Yeah, gets his one, gets away. That's all he needed to do, particularly. As Nats, Enzo, and Yambi still trying to at least secure some safety for this plant, but it doesn't feel comfortable yet. And you can see why. Straight back in, they want the fight. Purpo gonna find one, the trades are there, and Hoodie stays alive, stays standing, as was Cloud, but it's 11 for GIANTX now. And you were worried what was behind this purchase.
Yeah, looking at a similar situation, you only really get the same purchase again. Looking as if Liquid might just commit towards it, try and get a, yeah. Try and get a rifle, a proper rifle, at least in the hands of Kiko. Try and be the difference maker here. It's GIANTX. 4 in a row.
Liquid,
And if you hadn't, or
yeah.
something else that's happening, at least you don't take too much stock, especially when you're kind of up against the ropes in a scoreline like this, and bringing Guardians in again. Only the neural theft to invest here.
The others aren't close enough that you could bank on either. So early contact made, and you can see the response is quite swift. Liquid argue walking to a blender though, Mike.
Yeah, nice adjustment here from GIANTX to actually force them into Fatinho's setup. Kiko actually, yeah, bearing the brunt of that. Down to 61 already. Fatinho now will concede. 1 kill will give him the lockdown here.
Okay, now last time around they focused on trying to fight towards Waterfall and take that space away. Excuse me, that was GIANTX doing it, but already Liquid seem to be more dedicated towards the site, and they've been cleared out, isolated. The two trying to be tucked towards CT, tucked towards Waterfall, get cleared in a heartbeat. It's Mystic, Nats, and Kiko trying to like push back up, try and be proactive in the post plant and bring it down to a 2v2. Fatinho still standing, and I've heard pretty recently one of these was his site, but this time it's going to be Cloud to confirm this. That's 12. And once again, Liquid struggling to get across that line. Yes, it was closer, Mike, but still another round lost.
The tough thing being now, map point for GIANTX. They'll have the lockdown available. Cloud one away from his ultimate as well. There's the pit for Hoodie. So the saving grace being the plant comes through here, so will protect a little more investment on the side of Liquid, but very fine margins. But nonetheless, credit to GIANTX. 5 in a row for the second half, and counting the 2 from the previous as well.
It's been really good to see them in this, looking like they've got a really nice beat on the game.
A very slow, hesitant start to this map as well, so it's really good to see them stabilize and really take control towards the back end of the first half and solidify themselves in the second, not allowing anything to slip through their fingers.
On the money, and the difference of ults is pretty palpable too. Neural Theft and the TP for Mystic and Nats, and then on the other side you still got lockdown there with Fatinho. You got the pit for Hoodie, some real impactful ults. Enzo's gonna get his online, so there's one bonus to this. Where do they go now?
And catch. Rotation towards Rubble, obviously going to be well read by GIANTX, you can see on the minimap. Cloud also on his way this direction. And so not going to spot anything out here, so no confirmation here for the stun.
I'm a little nervous about this. There's a lot of bodies on this. And yeah, Purpo gives away a little bit of his position here, but he's going to stick around. The stall coming out was enough that gives him a little bit of freedom. But here we go. Here's the problems. As he gets to close down on this, it's Yampi and Kiko in unison going to find two. They start making their steps towards the site. Purpo stands tall and takes down two on his own, bring it down to a 2v2. Now keep in mind, Fatinho is a million miles away.
But he's got the lockdown.
Exactly. Hoodie's a little vulnerable, but playing it safe. Not going to be affected by the neural theft, but they're going to know where they are now.
Yeah, Nats almost has to commit towards this push here.
Hoodie. Okay.
He's trying to actually spread out here from drop. The lockdown and the pit invested at the same time, but it's not going to force Liquid off the deep sight line necessarily here.
Can they spam the plant from here?
They can. I think it's just inside the pit, but again, the lockdown just not forcing them deep enough on tree.
No, you're absolutely right. It wasn't going to force them away this fast. They still get eyes on the prize. Now with the pick going to be dropping, Mystic isolates one, and the problem is it's Hoodie left. Down low, and Mystic still alive and breathing. They hold on for another go of things. Liquid making it count when it mattered.
Big round to secure there. See, investment there from GIANTX in terms of the ultimates as well.
30.
It's tough for Purpo. He finds two crucial kills to kind of stop anything from kind of spinning out of control here. Mystic the one to secure, but again, by a very fine margin. Doesn't necessarily give Liquid any further comfort carrying on from that. I think that's reflected in the purchase. One away from the Rolling Thunder, showstopper available here.
And again, a similar start though, but the trade out, Cloud is going to be challenged. Great read by Nats to close the gap, but it seemed just so lost in the source. Cloud assuming no one was there with him. We've seen that duo working middle. And now, C-Site, gonna have the spike down. There's Fatinho, Redgar, and Hoodie. And the switch up of position means that this time Fatinho's very far away again. Ah, that was not pretty.
No.
Enzo comfortable on that pick up there.
A kill way ahead of the curve as well.
That's a save.
Kind of, yeah, makes this almost an instant pivot towards saving these rifles. Yeah, Cloud caught a weird interaction there. He's sent the ultimate out and ends up looking back behind himself onto B site. Again, maybe wouldn't have had an impact on the round otherwise, but I always get worried when I see somebody just instantly turn 180 degrees. Looking like maybe a mouse issue, but...
Don't say anything.
I mean, that's unfortunate. I'm
fine.
conditioned to think now.
I've been hurt in the past.
Yeah, not necessarily any further comfort for Liquid, but it results in a second round nonetheless, which they'll definitely be happy about.
I do see a pause. It's only a normal one. It's a tactical.
I got very worried for a second.
Yeah, I was
there.
waiting to see it in game. It is a tactical one coming in from GIANTX. So maybe starting to, you know, want to make sure this doesn't slip away. We still have that ult with Purpo there in the pocket. On the other side, they're starting to get some valuable ults really coming in.
Yes, and building up actually a bit of a cushion, which means they can, I guess, fly a little closer to the sun, play a little more risky. Adjust the play style ever so slightly, and not have that fear of the finances to be the one to really hold them back. Nonetheless, it's still a 5-round gap.
Should I write 5?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, that's fun.
You know, 5 chances to... No, 5 chances to close out. It's the other side.
Sorry.
Come on.
Yeah, it's gone now.
Oh, it's gone. The moment's gone as well.
Yeah, that happened with the second technical timeout, but here we are.
Fatinho potentially to be tested once again.
Fatinho now. Yeah, early test here. Going to be forced away from this, but there's a lot of a response. Look how close by GIANTX are. Now they've got to be very careful because we've got a lot of ults coming in. Now the counter ult going to be placed in there, dodges one, and he decides to post it behind it. It works out. A 2-for-1 trade out though. Team Liquid hold numbers. They also hold site control. Not completely, but well enough to ferry that plant into place. So Fatinho, Redgar, and Cloud, now with limited utility, just that paranoia and a TP to play with, close the gap. Now Cloud just going to cycle back some of his kit, but you can already see them slipping in that smoke. Cloud's in real danger here. And oh, Kiko, sharp as ever, catches Cloud and the follow-up. Suddenly, Liquid looking lively. And Fatinho's gone. Team Liquid looking much better here.
That is fantastic from Kiko to convert this, swinging it back in their favor. After it looked a little dicey.
Yeah.
GIANTX trying to get ahead of the curve. A little bit of a pre-take coming through, and a weird exchange here, but both showstoppers still landing. Not necessarily on the desired targets initially, but...
Yeah.
And then unfortunately, I think Purpo's just way ahead of the spacing on GIANTX here. As soon as they hear the showstopper, they tuck back into spawn. You can see Patino just tuck into the corner, praying that he's not found. Unfortunately, then the window just, it closes for GIANTX.
Yeah, financially it's doing the same as well. Guardian Sheriffs coming out here. They're feeling the pinch, but they're getting proactive. That's their answer. But it's going to be Nats on guard duty, keeping this in track. Yeah, he's felt that pressure, I think. Yeah, he's certainly going to know it now with the Prowler being sent, but maybe not expecting Purpo. Yes, he does. Camera in place. Should spur on the rest of the hit here from Liquid, knowing that they do have not necessarily an open site, but a non-stacked site. Oh. Drive to the back of the head.
Getting blocked. Plant comes through, though. Full 5v5 in the post plant here for Liquid. It's a massive advantage in terms of the equipment. A couple of key bits of utility invested towards catching maybe a pick towards drop. Redgar removed.
Wow. Yeah, getting active towards stairs, but already giving up at least the kind of comfortable plant hold, but they do still have a player by tree, which is going to be Enzo, so they still have that. And really, GIANTX not finding any value just yet. They have to swing, they have to commit, they have to take a fight, and they ain't winning it right now. Hoodie, yeah, Fatino, yeah, finding a couple, but it's not going to be enough. Team Liquid suddenly fixing all of the problems, looking like a whole different team.
Looking very comfortable playing from behind, which isn't something that you ever would have said historically about Liquid.
How many chances do they have to close out the game now, Michael?
Let me just
do the math.
3, I believe.
Underline. I've got to wait for the replay to be done. It's very valuable information here. 3 more.
Just confirming as well.
Let's see, as you can see, 3. You're
it's
welcome.
like his tradition, obviously deeply rooted
Bacon
in
actually
the Liquid
relaying
coaching
that.
staff. Yep.
With the in-ear. For now, though, buy back in for GIANTX.
Liquid maybe feeling like they found a weakness here to exploit.
Yeah, back to this again, but Fatino's here now. His setup does get cleared quite quickly, so they should have access. They're taking a little bit of chip damage, but it's fine. Plant is there. Now you see the pain shell, though. That could remove Enzo from this. Gets to keep his... Wow, only for a second. Plant did come through. Fatino finds another. Liquid now looking a little on the ropes here. Nats, Kiko, and Yampi gonna need to bail now. Need a couple. Kiko's good for 1, but there's an army facing him of 3. Nats still holds, but only gets 1. It's on Yampi in a 1v2. The original Iceman. What can he do now? Gonna post it in. There is gonna be a time limit on this. He can't do anything. Yampi.
See over the top of the smoke?
I don't know if he can. Oh, he can! Yampi keeping cool as ever. I'll never doubt the Iceman again in the Red Bull clutch.
And as soon as you see that smoke's dropping, the next question mark being, does he have line of sight? Doesn't even matter, finds both with relative ease here after things look a little dicey for Liquid. There's now a couple of key of these close quarter engagements. Yeah, I mean, both headshots landing here. A big clutch to keep hopes alive here for Liquid in map 1, who have clawed their way back in.
Yeah, kicking and scream. Thank you for letting us know, audience.
Maybe the clock's not moving yet. Yes, we're back in. Let's go.
Production were quick on that, jumping back in the air. Like, no. The second they tell me it's good, it's good. We go again. Focus back up to... Oh! Kiko! We're just like an insta-punch to Purpo. Puts him right on his back. And now we've got Enzo with ult, we've got Kiko with ult. A little bit of a glance towards A and going back to this C-pump. They want to hit this site.
And this time around, difference being, it's not off the rip. They found the first blood elsewhere. Kiko commits into the danger zone. Fatino's finding so much value here.
Ow! That adjusted setup was just exceptional, and it's all gone wrong for Liquid. In the final moment, they will be praying that Enzo has something. He's got his ult, he's got 2 shock dots, and he's almost got the information back flowing, but he's going to be affected by the ult, but they're going to swing together. Oh, he's got 2! Oh, he's got all 3! When Liquid need it most, it was Yampi before, but it's Enzo now. We're up to 11.
What the hell
I can't believe
that
it.
round?
Look at that. Watch it again.
One of the most, I mean, a beautiful opener from Kiko. But unfortunately, I think gets caught in the nano swarms. Then the alarm bot takes effect, catches him. Then he's vulnerable. He just gets eaten alive. It's not often you see an Odin 1v3.
No, you
But
really
it's
don't.
Enzo, the man to find it.
Revealing it.
And now the
Oh
GIANTX
my
mentor
God.
has to be absolutely cooked.
It's on the ropes.
Where's Mystic going?
I don't know.
way, dude.
Oh God, oh my God, what is going on? The Mystic, oh, he's popping off. He's slaughtering them. Mystic gets lost in the maze and comes out on top for Tino now. Do you have it in you? Can you close out in regulation? Or is this the moment the Liquid take us the distance? Plant
Spike
comes
planted.
in. He needs one and he needs it quick. Smoke just gonna be put back in play. Can he isolate a fair fight? A clean fight? It looks like Mystic's on the chopping block, but that guy is not losing now! He started with a bang and he ends with a bang. We are going to OT.
Right, that is the definition of pendulum swing. Mountains to climb for Liquid. And they get it done. I mean, Mystic just pulling off the TikTok in the final round. One of the most ridiculous TPs I've seen for a while. Results in an initial 3K and a fourth to close things out. Yeah, GIANTX have got to be kicking themselves. I don't want to say I kind of manifested this, but it's the sort of thing that you are
It is your
begging
fault.
they can close out cleanly with a lead like that.
I'm waiting for the Pipson timeout. The anger
I'm
timeout.
not.
Yeah, we've had enough. We go in. GIANTX on the attack now. Liquid on the defense to start with. And it looks simplistic. It looks like it's his B take. You're gonna have a couple of problems though. Mystic being one. The man of the moment, the man who kept him in, but now he's gone down. Fatinho finds the first. Gives them good options. Draws the players in. And also keep in mind, Hoodie might have just slipped through. Don't know if he got noted on the owl drone. They're coming back this way. Great timing from Hoodie. Now Enzo feeling the pressure here.
There.
Necessarily a massive gap created
There.
just yet. With Liquid able to... Okay, Enzo still finds it. Hoodie will fall. Removes the wall now. Maybe weakens this approach towards
Scanning
A site as that is reflected in GIANTX now. Don't want to entertain the possibility of getting spammed out from that recon.
Where are we off to? Going around the world.
Look at this deep setup though.
Yeah.
They're going to get very early information here. A camera as well,
Cage trigger.
which maybe you don't even want to see Nats keep the camera up at that point.
Keep it for the post maybe, because you're not going to be able to challenge on site here. I mean, I say that. Kiko is quick to this. Paranoia going to be invested just to handle him and force him away. Quick to rotation as well to join Enzo. They do have bodies here. They've got 4 players very close by Purpo. Big clear towards CT. Enzo going to be kept in check. Going to be safe, but still, it's a lot on the other side. Kiko clean with it, but it's on Enzo again. A 1v3, you got more in you. This one's a little more tricky. Not going to happen now. Purpo tipping the scales in OT. Back into the hands of GIANTX.
Again, the second chance to try and close this out. Well, I say second, overall, bigger picture-wise.
Yeah.
Now to draw blood first in overtime. An opportunity to convert this now. It will be GIANTX to call a timeout. I said, you don't want to be in the GIANTX 14-12
All right, can't wait for the second round of OT, but for now,
for sanity reasons.
I'm happy with this going as long as, you know, I'm happy.
I mean, if Liquid play like the last 4 rounds of the second half, sure.
Fair play. But you just don't want that kind of dragging it through the mud sort of deal. But we go again. Liquid, what have you got for us now? Same you said for GIANTX, can close it out. Second chance, second opportunity. And actually, Cloud goes down. Geek's like, wait, there was someone below me. That's wild. Anyway, Liquid with a man up. GIANTX, bodies on the site here. Oh dear, it's all going a bit topsy-turvy. It's Nats with 3. They can't stop succeeding. Ult now coming through. They know where Hoodie is. And Michael, I can't believe you cursed it like this. Hoodie denying the first attempt at the plant, but you can see it. Enzo getting closer. We go again.
Liquid have literally just set their sights on this C-sight hold.
That's a lot, yeah.
And time again look to punish it. And they've, I'll be honest, succeeded.
Yes, they
It's
have.
what got them to overtime. It's what got us into this position. Even here, GIANTX, the adjustment being to tuck a second player in, Cloud underneath, in and amongst Fatinho's setup. To sit on top of that utility.
This should do. This goes here.
We go again now. Go. Sattling forward here. Hoodie, gotta be careful.
Yeah, can't go down.
The expected second leg of this rubble. Oh, well, actually, as I was curious whether or not actually there was going to be any commitment outside here, but Purpo. We'll just swing the door open. Spike not committed just yet.
Yeah, Liquid trying to keep their finger on the pulse though. Enzo's playing on a knife's edge. There's 3 players now. 4 players coming this way. He's got to be so ready for this. He's normally been good for it, but now he's seen the player, but there's already players ahead. Hoodie, not going to find one. He finds 2. He clears both. Yeah, he'll lose his life for it, but he's found them so much value. It's only Yampy to watch the cross for now. They still got to be careful and cautious. You can't afford a loss here without crossing the T's and dotting the I's. Yampy's timing just a second behind. They've slipped through towards tree, but they've kept control of this. They've kept the information free flowing, but man advantage with GIANTX.
He's still got some utility to work with, but 10 seconds until that fault line comes back. Nats finally catching up with this rotation, going to be forced out by the nade potentially. Tanks the first hit, but still looking pretty healthy.
What do the others do here? Okay. Trying to clear pressure on tree. Yampy, get your gun out. He does. Fatinho's fallen. Nats now decides to strike. Oh, Nats! You are outrageous! In OT, this man is coming alive. 14, gonna be on the board. Taking the lead, finally.
One of those Nats moments once again. It just looks so damn clean. And a 3K now to put Liquid on the brink of finally closing out this first map. The emotions finally turning now in Liquid's coach room.
Whoa, but I mean, it feels like no one can close. The first opportunity really for Liquid to have that upper hand. How does it look now? Can they get across that? A curse. Oh, Hoodie. Where's that come from? That was on the other side.
Yeah, man of the hour
Okay.
shut down. I think just blind through a cage.
Yep.
I'll check it on the replay, but
That's big as well.
yeah, Nat's looking to get a very, very quick lurk going as maybe Liquid try and find contact outside C or towards Mound.
Spike dropped.
This is getting tense here, but look at what they have to get through towards A. If Liquid follow this pathing, they still have
Deploying
Hoodie
drone.
and Fatinho on this site in an early rotation. They're trying to maybe sell something with Enzo over here with that owl drone, but I mean, Liquid have tried to condition them that this, C site is their eventual goal.
The drone has drawn too. Cloud
Hasn't
and
drawn enough though. There's
yeah,
still
Cloud
2
and
here.
Purpo, but there is a chance here for Liquid to find a favourable fight. But this utility has caused problems for Liquid on the entry. Kiko
Kiko's
able to
hopped
get
it.
through unscathed.
Yeah, he's absolutely on it, but then Fatinho finds him, and now they're isolated behind each other. Look at them. Divide and conquer. They try and take the TP towards the other side, offset Fatinho's expectations, but he's just playing it smart. They haven't fully shown Hoodie's hand yet either. So he's still around, and he's still as clean as ever. Hoodie starts it and ends it. We keep going, and Andalusia flawless here. GIANTX taking the reins back again. How's that flight looking?
Just looking to cancel now. See
I'm on
what's
the
available
phone.
in the morning.
Oh, and a Liquid timeout on top.
Maybe the emotions are fully
No, not fully back.
flipping in the coach room for Liquid, but yeah, this war of attrition will continue
Yeah.
here.
Wise up quite late.
Oh, yay!
It's back.
Yeah,
Thank you.
That's what's happened, guys.
Oh, it's horrific to see, isn't
Yeah.
it? GIANTX fans are in tatters. We go again, though. Team Liquid on the defensive side and GIANTX on the attack, but you can forgive yourself if you got it the wrong way around, because Liquid are taking the fight to GIANTX. Straight up the gut, straight up middle. They're going for a crunch on this. Audacious plays from Liquid, and it might just work. Vitinho, the one to fight back, though. GIANTX take the challenge and take it further. And once again, look who's left alive.
And a 1v3 with an Odin.
Yeah, we've been here before. We might be here again, but there's a lockdown on top of it. Truly living up to the name. The killjoy in all matters, but a moment to find a little bit of respite. In the corner, gets a chance.
I mean, it's come through pretty early on.
Oh. She's throwing stuff at the site.
But it has
Revealing area.
Bloody hell,
taken a lot of
Enzo.
time away from Enzo. Similar position to the other clutch.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Don't do that. Don't do that. They take back the lead, Mike. 15. 16, the golden number now.
And a really weird, except I'm not sure how much we'll see on the replay here, but again, just such a back and forth here. Purpo falls, Mystic still finds that kill somehow, and then this pinch is actually beautiful from Vitinho and Hoodie.
Keep up.
Do you remember we say like OT goes a little bit out of whack normally, you know, the strats are off the table, but I think we're seeing this go completely on its head. Liquid's turn to now attack. Is this where it falls apart, or do they still have that fire in them? Purpo's off angle could be so valuable. Good trade for Nats though, and he knows that Purpo is still around here. So he's having a little look for a bit more. While this happens, you gotta look at the rest of Liquid, still eyeing up that C site. Oh, Hoodie. First time I've seen him commit this deep here.
There.
Cover going out.
Slow down a little bit here. As Liquid try and find some steady footing. I think Enzo may be considering showing presence on the other side. Yeah, the drone will come out, but there's nobody actually to confirm
Deploying drone.
the other side of this. You're almost hoping he can go forward and find some utility. The other side, I think Liquid going to show too much here.
Look at Purpo. They've not seen this position used before, and it's Hoodie. Lines him up and knocks him down. This could be the round. GIANTX so close to converting. For the two men who kept them in this,
30
the ones that
seconds
clutched up alongside Nats was Enzo, it was Yampy, two of them. Key clutches that got them close to OT before Mystic was the one to knock it out of the park. They still got it in them. You're going to need one of them to over-deliver and then some. One away from the ult for Yampy, but he's only got 10 seconds. Needs to get this plant down, he will.
Let's get it down now, yeah.
I want to stop it, and Enzo, deep, ready, can't do it.
It's
Drive-byed by Vitinho, and Yampy's got his ult, though.
This would be outrageous.
Show me what you got. Let's go, Iceman. Another chance, another time to shine, but he's been sent away by Boombot. Perfectly kept in place by Purpo. And now he has to fall away. Again, new angles, new opportunities. What can he give us here? He needs a clean one. It's not going to happen. Vitinho, the final blow given. Up to 16.
I'm happy to see it.
Yeah, show us a little something. Map 2 underway. And I don't know what to make of this. I just want to sit back and watch, which is a really bad thing to say as a caster, but it is just a little topsy-turvy, isn't it? Liquid on the attack, obviously GIANTX then on the defending side. Let's see how Purpo looks on this, and well, how Liquid look on some of these new adjusted roles. Lovely bomb flash though. Need to close the gap on a couple of kills. Who took respite behind the
There's a second
wall.
buildable.
Mystic again from the back lines. How does he keep slipping behind people like this? And well, this is all a bit weird.
I mean, Spike held in
Look at the
kitchen, yes,
spike.
but Hoodie maybe just think he's going to catch a timing over on default here, as now Yampy and Nats left to try and recover this, but Purpo will find Yampy, which puts Nats into the 1v2 now. One snake bite left.
Oh, and they're just going all the way around. That seems aware of
Yeah,
it.
seems aware.
They made great progress, but still a
swing on
headshot. Oh, this is...
What was that noise?
That was me getting nervous when he went for the ghost. Why are you highlighting that, Michael?
Peter Griffin coming
Yeah,
out.
leave me alone. You're being a bully.
Hang on, this
You are.
isn't... Well,
Yeah, because this is winnable. All
I'm
right.
saying Nats is actually planted open here up on bridge, so
Which
he's
is
looking to
bold.
play back towards all.
One
It's going to take
bullet.
Purpo a while to kind of figure this out.
Nats, you are actually obscene if you even check this. There's no way you look, right? You don't look that way. No, you just stay where you are. You're playing for the plant. The young
So now,
blood against
yeah, now
Nats.
Purpo's spotted the spike.
He ain't got much time though, does he?
No.
Look at his HP as well. Oh, Nats, you are so nasty at this one, aren't you? It's almost bullying at this point. Oh, it's just beautiful from Nats. There's not many who can play it as well as he did, but bloody hell, that was nice.
Conversion comes through here, the Red Bull clutch in the pistol. So GIANTX have seemingly great control on the spike after it's dropped here in Kitchen. The initial 2 kills from Redgar, Mystic responding to make this doable, to be honest with you. Like I said, Hoodie trying to find the timing here over on default, maybe. I mean, you could argue it's an overcommitment, but regardless, credit where credit's due. Liquid on the board here to kick off Icebox.
All right, Purple, that's... Oh, a quick death. Gifted from Kiko.
No charges left.
Again, if there was any upgrades to anything here, an Outlaw would have removed it, but it is going to be just classics. Now,
Big
yeah,
info on the back of that, yeah. The knife confirm presence here. I think maybe 3.
it should be at least 3 there. So I don't think Kiko got noted, but everyone else who was behind him probably did. Mystic playing outside of it really nicely done, actually. Liquid doing that really well. Holding them at arm's length. This looks like it's been worked on, to say the very least.
Looking refined here in terms of this round 2 execution. Well, that carries across to the buy rounds. Yeah, unfortunately, Purpo. TP available, but again, I don't think he knows anybody's drifted onto this deep angle. So punished here to open the round. Rifles coming in now for GIANTX. Like I said, see if Liquid's control, the composure will carry across here into the buy rounds. To explore A site now for the first time. Indicators sent up. No confirmation of how many just yet for Cloud and Hoodie. The Gecko and the Viper definitely well equipped to slow things down here, but Enzo, they want to find the opener. Hoodie fairly committed in this nest position.
Oh, what a dreamy
Up
start,
on site,
115,
yeah.
Mike. You take that both hands if you get given one of those. And GIANTX now are going to have that horrible decision to make of how much do we commit behind this. They can still rotate. They've still got a lot of time to play with. I mean, they're going to put a lot of faith, obviously, into Purpo here, but still, the knife, I think only finding 1. Yeah, I don't see anyone else noted on this. So just Mystic. Not enough to fully assuade their fears, but still, you are seeing Purpo fall away from that B site, maybe assuming they are still heading this way.
Yeah, I think Liquid cutting sound here to allow time for a rotation to come through, but GIANTX stick to their guns here. They have themselves an opportunity to stop Liquid at the front door.
30 seconds left.
Cloud and Redgar still do have the utility to play with, so there is a
Flashback
little bit
over
of something.
Top?
Could be.
Where is it?
It's not there. What the hell was this? Bit of a trade. It's Enzo the one to keep things moving forward for Liquid. Kiko wants in, but so does Mystic. And this is just bizarre. It's all on, well, Nats just get that spike down, but what a strange round, my guy.
Yeah, GIANTX were, like I said, sitting deep off this flash out over the top of screens, but did it happen?
I didn't
saw
see it,
a second
but-
player rotate towards Heaven. Maybe there's a moment there. Hold 3 seconds. I'm going to double swing from rafters as well. This is the opener found here.
Oh, very nice from Enzo.
Yeah, second headshot here.
One enemy remaining.
I think maybe it's on the back of Fatinho actually wrapping back round towards Heaven to have a second swing on that, but Liquid able to thread the needle, get ahead of that play. Like I said, that A site hold just crumbling.
That was a lot of noises, so that's all players noted, it seems like. You can see on the other side that maybe Cloud wanted to try and
Do something.
find something. He's not going to get much for it, though. In this round, again, you're looking at maybe just kind of pulling at those threads, right? You get a little bit of an angle, you try and play it out again. Yampy, not going to be vulnerable to that just yet either, and it's going to be Hoodie if they do continue on this pathing. Not going to be phased by the first, and he's actually been able to evade most of the utility coming through, so he does get a fair chance, at least one. Not going to get the follow-up, though, but a good shot towards Enzo. Now GIANTX get themselves in an even affair, but obviously no recoverable weapon just yet either. This is a problem for Vitinho. Oh, the flash was divine. He'll be thanking Redgar for that, but can only still make one of it. They are still going blow for blow here.
Oh, actually, you know, the double fragment and the mosh pit coming through, but Redgar caught here. The flash takes full effect, but no swing from Cloud on 6 HP. Purpo not in a
30
position to
seconds
punish.
Last player standing.
Tries to adjust
Spike
for Nats
planted.
on top site. 4 on the round for him. And 6 HP, a chance to find the ace.
He's feeling it, and he's found it, Nats. With an incredible start to this, winning without the pistol. And now here, making sure none of those threats came to effect. Fabulous work finding all those players. And again, that was just with those sheriffs, Mike, but still able to keep these rounds cleanly in their hands.
Here, the utility, you can see GIANTX leaning towards some of these deeper set pieces on the back of Redgar's flashes. Maybe looking to sync up in a couple of variations with Cloud.
That's a deserved one, bro.
And the Dizzy. Well, happy for Vitinho to find an opener, but I think once Liquid realised that some of these contact plays are in effect, they can adjust very early on in the half and kind of mitigate that risk very easily.
And also to add that, Nats is 9-0. He has yet to die, and he has been winning them so many moments. So, again, you're seeing him in fine form. Kiko the one to take a little bit of first contact here and a little bit of damage.
I'm not sure if I just heard Purpo pop the ult, but
I
it's
thought I
weird
heard
that it
it.
comes through in this one. But, to say that, Vitinho gonna find the first a second as well.
Spike down.
Nats,
B.
though, yet to die until now. Hoodie joins by his side. And now it's Kiko and Yampi. This position's nice, but it's Red. Hoodie really heads up work. They're not allowing any of those access points to come through, and Redgar, quick to the case. The response has been found. Just after the back of that timeout, GIANTX answer back.
Does Purpo get an upgrade? I think he comes through with, just the Guardian. And he did pop the ult as well.
Yeah, he did.
He sits at 5k, and maybe just wanted to get the operator online for the next, fully confident in the round victory, I guess, ahead of time.
Knew something we didn't. But again, Vitinho doing
Standing his
really
ground,
well.
yeah.
Good to see the timing on this too, not allowing that any more of his nonsense. So, everyone answering back.
Doesn't spiral out of control early on here.
Ooh, early aggression though, reading that they could be considering that ult. Hoodie very close by, as was Cloud. So, good little read there from Liquid to ensure priority towards that. And they're going to work quickly off the space they've been given themselves. Kiko quick to it. Cloud could be in danger here. They've got 3 players pretty close by to this, and Kiko chomping at the bit. Vitinho might be ahead of the wall, though, and could potentially pressure. He slips the net. Oh, but he's been caught, and Enzo finds Hoodie. It's just Cloud on the back of the site now. Attack's not going to be enough. They need a little more. The plant's in, and Kiko's control in this. Liquid instantly righting the ship after what was a bit of a...
So if we can just pop back and have a look
just
at the
a
Viper's
little
pit,
free cam maybe of this one.
Nats is like,
There it is.
this is not what I'd planned.
You know, I wonder where Nats is.
What they say,
Yeah? What do they
size
say?
doesn't matter.
Teleport's ready.
So it means Liquid will find a round.
Right.
Flawless.
A what flawless?
And Lucia, obviously.
Obviously.
Is there any other kind?
I don't think there is anymore.
No charges left.
I'm hoping that it does stay flawless. Otherwise, all that discussion. Oh.
Oh, well,
Well,
not so flawless.
it was, though. It was for a little while.
Flawless in execution.
In idea.
Yes.
in concept. But yeah, answering instantly back. Again, GIANTX's adjustment there worked well because they had Vitinho almost over-deliver in middle, right? There
We
it
got a
is.
chance to see the lineup as well, just in
that's
case.
big. For you at home. There you go. You can play just like Nats.
Happens to the best of us.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean, it's curious to see. I mean, this is obviously a pace change on the back of Mystic's ultimate getting posted here, basically off the rip. Yeah, no secrets about it on the way in, the snake bite and the shock dart.
One suppressed.
GIANTX, unfortunately, I think scrambled to try and find some sort of steady footing to fight ahead of the execution.
Take flight.
Oh, drone going to be sent up. And it does catch Purpo, so I don't know what your plan is now.
I mean, the closer Liquid get, I was going to say, the less comfortable this TP feels tucked in behind default. So
it's a very small gap to close down on. We did take the TP. Not making any subtlety of new positioning, but again, they have all responded. We do have, I say all, 4 players here for the defending side. And a pause for thought for Liquid.
Purple able to reset onto a deeper angle here. Again, Liquid cut sound. Come down to the last 30 seconds of this round.
30 seconds left.
Nowhere!
So
No
nothing.
play back in, no play back in yet from GIANTX. The Hunter's Fury gets posted, but a trade.
Yeah,
2
but
for 1, actually, Mystic doubling down.
there's no comfort there, right? It was so hard to find comfort, but we are going to see the lockdown coming in as well.
15 seconds left.
It makes it a little bit more dangerous. The HP, is low on Mystic and Enzo.
A snake bite still as well.
8 seconds now, and the Mosh going to come through. This is actually getting really dangerous here. Cloud going to find one. Hoodie could be on for
gotta
this.
live.
Yeah, just live. Oh no! Did he fall too fast?
Unfortunately, commit.
Just let them try.
Can't get out of that. Again, with the snake bite and the mosh pit, I don't think maybe they're not banking on finding a util kill, but it's actually on the spike as well. Quick reaction from Liquid to dig a little deeper and convert that. So I think it's, what, 2.5 seconds left on the clock by the time they find this kill.
One enemy remaining. Spike down B.
As I said, Hoodie just
Yeah, he
so
couldn't do much
committed there. It's rough, but that will be a 6th for Liquid. GIANTX back down on a broken purchase as well. Ults here, yes, but necessarily want to see the likes of the pit invested here. I guess initially, even just a visual check, like those comfort questions in terms of the roles being switched up a little bit, not apparent so far in the first half of Icebox.
Looking pretty well rounded.
Again, the big test for Enzo particularly being on the defense, if we get a decent amount of rounds to really gauge that.
So far, the only real committed player towards this is going to be Nats, going to take a walk up tube. Everyone else just sitting on back. And now look at the space that Purpo's been able to get, right? Clearing this deep.
You should run.
Adds validity to the stack here. I wonder if Nats can maybe apply a little bit of pressure himself, but it's actually Purpo to find Yampi. Trying to fall away. That was at the back of Belt. So that's going to be something to keep in mind. Yampi, with the adjustment of that window there, now finds great deals of damage, great deals of success. He doesn't need to necessarily even get the kill. He's teed him up here. Done so much for them.
Spike
Hoodie trying to patrol himself, and Purpo just feels a little late to this. Nat's already slipping away. Kiko,
Hoodie.
yeah, that's probably not the player you wanted to go down, but they still at least find Kiko on the trade, but Mystic is there, brilliant from him. The man with probably the most viable weaponry here, but look at these positions, really disconnected from each other. That would have needed a real belting shot. They do some damage, but again, if you look to that round from start to end, Nat's in the position, the lockdown there, he was set up to do so much damage to GIANTX.
Just a strange investment here for the pit to come through as well. So just banking on maybe it being a split towards A, or not as many people scaling up onto site just yet. Certainly on the defense, you never really want to see the pit invested in a lesser purchase like that, unless Hoodie's rocking an SMG or a Judge or something to try and make it work.
Blocking sight.
Yeah, 6-round gap now. GIANTX to try and recover as Kiko. No secrets about this on the way in.
No, but it's quite curious too, because he's completely going to put Fatinho.
He's past the turret as well,
Yeah.
which has got to be a consideration.
And the timing on this is horrific. They're going to feel so uncomfortable. Well, then he's dead. And Kiko's getting, much closer. This split is gorgeous, actually. He's working really well off the ult from Mystic, too. Yeah, Kiko's cleared it. That's the site's theirs. Beautiful combination work there, Mike.
Oh, will come through. No chance for GIANTX to try and deny this now. 3v5, one being an operator in the retake here. It'll require massive overcommitment from Liquid to some of these opening engagements to throw this one away.
Oh, completely blind, just tagging up Redguard too. Mystic happy to stick around just to make sure that nothing goes astray. Kiko's just roaming.
He's looking really comfortable now.
He looks very good here. Again, kind of impressed with Kiko coming into this roster. He's been looking very, very sharp, finding his footing very quickly. Again, I think GIANTX just want to keep those, well, that rifle and the operator in hand. This has been a little underwhelming from GIANTX, if I'm honest here, Mike. This doesn't look like it's part of their map pool yet. It doesn't look, I don't know, I'm not loving the chamber. Haven't seen anything enough to kind of sway me towards it. It's just been a bit flat.
I mean, again, the chamber comes out. It's not necessarily, we're not really looking for any major differences in macro, so to say, but we're just not seeing the value from it. It's the same as really when you look at somebody playing a Reyna or a Phoenix or something like that. It's very killed excel or even succeed at this point. Just don't have a big enough amount of rounds to play with. I mean, again, even here, 8-4, you lose the pistol.
Yeah.
You basically have one buy round to get yourself back into the game.
Not impossible, just improbable. Nat's going to have to give away a little at the start here. Now, it looks like they're going to, once again, prioritize middle. GIANTX going to put 3 players to this. And it actually got them that one round when Fatinho kind of over-delivered in middle, but that was also when we saw Team Liquid leaning that way. Here, very different affair. So 4 players playing as a pack here for Team Liquid, pressuring towards this A site with a passive hold from Fatinho. He's not going to challenge this himself when they come for the 3-play stack. So again, taking a lot of space.
Kiko's going to be rewarded here for his aggression. Audacious. And Fatinho there to greet him.
I'm kind of curious where Nats is off to. He's
off around the world.
Yeah.
Hopefully they can run the clock down. He's picking up the pace now.
It's a little scary, because now they're going to speed up a little bit here, take back the kind of early steps towards site control, because they know that at least one of the players is removed from the equation, right? He needs to get into this fight pretty fast. Team Liquid are playing time as best they can. Yampi going to hold the cross, but they can't hold this comfortably. Now running out of that utility on the spike itself, Nats makes it to site. It's perfectly timed, if anything, and now he's going to see 2, 3, all play. Wait, he didn't see the person on the spike, but it's fine. He goes back for a bit more. How dare I down Nats in a lurk? The timing was actually perfect, keeping the players alive, burning the utility very well. They were able to weather the storm.
So this utility really setting things in motion for Nats.
Right here.
Unfortunately, GIANTX not able to capitalize on obviously the detain taking effect here. It's too big a gap to close. And then there's no chance for Cloud to retrieve that as well. They get a second shot at capitalizing. And now, unfortunately, Liquid hit 9. And for GIANTX, like I said, if there was anything in the back pocket for the second half here,
Wow.
you just don't have.
You don't get the luxury, do
Yeah,
you?
you don't have enough of a safety net to really show what I guess. Well, I have to assume the hard work has been to rectify.
And that's the part, you know, you'd love to see a competitive game between these two, because you could see it on map 1. Yeah, it was a little bit rough at times, and it certainly wasn't the, you know, the cleanest Valorant, but it's good to see a nice close game. But here, so far, very one-sided, and as you rightly highlighted, GIANTX probably not going to have much of a chance on that side swap to show off maybe what they've been up to. But for now, we focus, as already Purpo's taken a lot of the space towards A, so it's allowed for this, cheating the additional body over towards B.
Scanning ahead.
They start. Liquid begin the assault towards the B side, but there's a lot of bodies on the other side. Redgar going for the safety of that knife, but it is going to be a reward. But the trades so far favorable for GIANTX. Fatinho is here. He's the one who got the last round. He might be the one to get this one again. Yeah, excellent from Fatinho. Finally falls, but he's got them another round here. Right positioning, the adjustment with Purpo, it worked.
I mean, Redgar out in no man's land, but still digs his heels in, finds the first, and I think actually GIANTX collapse very well to prevent Liquid from getting themselves into a post-plant this time around. Beautiful shots from Fatinho. Set this one in motion, even here Mystic Core. With the stun as well. So a second on the board, but again, you're pinning your hopes on the curse here.
Have you seen what they're buying?
There's a double op on Liquid's side.
Yep.
See Bladestorm available here for Kiko. So Enzo just looking to bolster some of the finances a little bit. The other side, no command and a lockdown for GIANTX. I'm sure Kiko noted the reposition here, but he notes the peak. A beautiful adjustment.
That's so good. Oh, that's actually filthy. Oof. That's a little bit of a punch to the gut for GIANTX, maybe looking to capitalize and build off maybe the back, get 3, you know, start with a little something, but now down to 4 players. Rico still has his ult, Coutinho as well, but
Hoodie's going to have his hands full here. Does have 2 snake bites. See an opportunity to do a little bit of damage, but he's fairly committed here. If he does get cleared, but actually takes out the Blade Storm here.
that's huge. Lockdown is there. So again, he still stands his ground. This is maybe up for that 3rd round that they wanted so severely. Mystic is lucky to be breathing. He might even get to 10. No, he's fine. He gets out in time. Back to the wall, though. 2v3. Enzo with the operator. And 18 seconds. GIANTX have bodies to put at this. Enzo's got to keep him safe for this if they want that plant. Yeah, not going to get it. GIANTX on the swing. And we're going to have 3. They've done the bare minimum to maybe weather at least a pistol round.
Said have to set themselves up for success here. Said otherwise it's basically the 1 buy round for Liquid will be looking to punch the way onto map point. Beautiful hold from Hood, like I said. Gonna have his hands full if he does get kind of rushed down here on yellow, but again the spacing just not there for Liquid and maybe relying on the Blade Storm to open the site comfortably, but yeah, fighting chance at least here for GIANTX.
But it's got to start with a pistol. I mean, there's only so many ways we can say it, right? Because, as you said, even before we got to this juncture, if you don't get more than this, you literally get 1 gun round, and that's all she wrote. So you can't want a little bit of buffer here, but Kiko, they're pushing everywhere. There's 3 in middle, there's 2 up B long. They want to brawl, and Purpo's up for the challenge. He's up for the fight. Nats on the other side, and it's a back and forth affair so far. We're just playing deathmatch, but it's just Nats alive. But should I ever say it's just Nats? This man is dead this time. Hoodie gonna get things started. GIANTX with a chance.
I'm happy to brawl this out. And a must-win round for GIANTX as well. Liquid looking to try and take the fight to them. I guess capitalize on that scoreline pressure. Oh, Coutinho.
He's actually having a game, to be fair. If you looked at it on the first map as well, and this one.
El pulpo.
Again, he is having a good game, and it was one of the main reasons they were able to get rounds, even in the first half. So good to see him hitting a bit of a peak here. Don't know if it's going to be enough to carry him forward, but we'll find out. 4 rounds. They now get the opportunity to set a little bit of space between them and Liquid. And, well, them and losing the map, should I say.
See, no investment comes through from Liquid here. Just the classics. Even GIANTX here trying to protect the economy with a couple of ghosts to round things out. They might find themselves a free plant here. Able to stack down the utility on top. Liquid a gamble stack, but found nothing on that side of the map. Actually, yeah, GIANTX even, I mean, both pistols looking to wrap back through mid here. A lot of time passing. Yeah, I don't think Liquid are even going to attempt the retake here. Don't want to give away any progress towards these ultimates. Only 1 noted from the knife here as well, so maybe not too indicative of what's about to happen, but there could be an opportunity for Cloud to farm here.
Let's see. It's Cloud to go walkabouts. Hello, entirety of Liquid. Oh. See if they go down to the spike. Oh, they got to scramble. They're fine. They went down to the spike in the end and actually denied GIANTX from any opportunity to farm in that.
An opportunity for Cloud to find all he wanted and more outside heaven here. But GIANTX, like I said, this is the tick in the box we're looking for. Obviously, I would say a massive switch up in terms of composition. But certainly this is where you're hoping the strat book gets displayed a little bit here. We get maybe a taste of some of that preparation going into this pick.
Okay.
There's my buddy.
Looking at the start. B long control.
Here.
Pope. Try and get a little bit of a glimpse ahead of that coming through. No commitment. beyond this. That little bit of contact at the start. And GIANTX being very patient here.
Yeah, no resistance on the way in. GIANTX able to get themselves safe passage towards yellow, but again, the timing maybe of the wall going to slow things down a little bit now. Challenge back through just yet for Liquid. And hesitant on the plant as well. The audio cue will draw a couple of members of Liquid out, but no kill just yet.
There you go. Drawing
Purpo
blood.
finally.
Takes down Yampi, but the plant's in, so you take that as well. Happy to add that on top. And Liquid are closing the gap here. Yeah, shown now. Nice work from Purpo, kind of utilizing his utility just to identify the players were so close by, but still the diffuser's going to get towards halfway, it looks like, and maybe even a little further. He's around the corner. They can't deny it. Liquid snatch away the round, and Mystic, an absolute thief there.
And maybe in the chaos that the lineup for the wingman plant location here, not considered, but a fully safe defuse. As you rightfully said, Liquid steal this one from under GIANTX's nose. Again, maybe even masked here by the
Enemy remaining.
orb going up, but again, once these front yellow players fall, somebody has to come forward a little deeper.
I mean, but tell me who won the last round, and then I'm looking at hopefully the buy. It's not great. Severely not great.
Obviously, only Mystic the one to survive in the previous, but they could have got a couple of rounds to play with. I mean, if they can do some further damage here, Nats surely gets checked, right? Purpo's not checked. It gets weird now. It gets weird now. Well, at least Purpo's off the top of the crate here.
Oh, it feels weird.
And the reason I say it gets weird is because now so much time has passed that I don't think anyone's going to check this on the second drift through if they progress further. Luckily.
There's something weird there.
Yeah.
There's something wrong on that side of the map. I don't know if Kiko just spotted them then. He might. Oh, okay. You're not going to find any more. Okay. Okay, 2v3. Oh, spotted.
30
Kiko,
seconds
forced
left.
off.
Spike
Mystic is still
planted.
alive with that rifle, but
I think they're reading this perfectly.
Yeah,
Like,
they
know
are.
the reinforcement's going to come through from mid.
absolutely on the money. Shoulder peek, but he takes damage. Yeah, the chances are depleting, bullet by bullet here. Kiko would have to hit a worldly shot on Purpo.
Enemy
It's
remaining.
not going to happen. So GIANTX eyeing up that 6th round now, and Mystic just wants to drift away with the rifle.
Can't hold on to it once again. So 16 HP, maybe doesn't want to give potentially an orb to Cloud if he comes forward hunting. Even though it's just one away. Yeah, Mystic will be able to hold on to this. Don't think that jump was spotted. At least he's going to hear the steps approaching. GIANTX get themselves up to 6 now.
Touching distance.
The purchase will come back in for Liquid in the next. Kiko actually going to go straight onto the operator. You see adjustment. The observer's like, wait, hang on.
What's this?
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily amount to anything.
Enemy remaining.
But that's other than a kill in the flank, I guess. But the curious now, Kiko, can he find value from the operator? Post up on top of yellows, not necessarily away from GIANTX. Pushing forward here. But Hoodie will invest the wall, so his presence noted in that regard.
Here.
Aldro and the next piece of utility to be drawn out. Gonna spot a little and not a lot, but not enough to really cause much of a reaction. As Purpo making slow progress here. There is still 2 players, nearly 3 you could argue with how close Enzo is towards this, and they even bringing over Mystic. Putting a lot of faith in Kiko. Again, he's got that operator, they can do that, so they are going to leverage that. That's why they're committing so heavily towards this, but GIANTX have I don't say side control because they don't, because it's a pre-take. They're already getting back into this. Nats wants in now. He's going to take down Redgar, old teammates now, and leave that Spike isolated on the site.
And that fourth member coming across to rotate. You know they're going to commit towards denying this free plant from Wingman. Right next though, can they fight their way back onto site?
30 seconds left.
Between Nats and Enzo. Yeah, it's going to be very tricky for everything to be unspotted, right? It's given away. God, that looked so close. Plant still not to be toyed with. There's still players to clear, and Nats still holding on. I told you, there's no access around this point. Hoodie and Purpo needed miracles, and with only 13 seconds, there ain't much time to be praying for them. As it's just down to Hoodie and a 1v4 Liquid. Push up to 11.
On the round to chip away at the finances of GIANTX, but already with a bit of a cushion built up. But approaching map point now for Liquid. And beautiful adjustment here, like I said, when you have 4 players in a situation like this, and I guess no information or confirmation on the other side of the map, you have to commit towards this sort of play, denying the plant from coming down, removing some of that comfort factor that you do get from Wingman. GIANTX, again, ultimates on the brink here. Lockdown and Tour de Force 2 away. Now does have his already. Again, ideally, we want to see GIANTX hold Liquid at 11 here before things get a little more dicey. So the finances are concerning for a couple members.
You can see the denial of space, but the flash through. Maybe trying to test that mid lurk again. It will be Hoodie waiting to see if anyone dares come through, but no one is. No one's really checking this way. I mean, Kiko might be tempted, but you're not going to see him probably slow push with an operator. So ult this time should at least give them safety on the site. Give them a little bit more control for at least a plant, but there is a window of chance where that could close. Yampy, Mystic, everyone nearby. And obviously the two almost kind of countering each other. Careful now. Yeah, denied on the plant. So now they've put bodies to this. Now is the pre-take time, and the patience pays. Kiko rewarded by finding Hoodie. Towards the site, though, again, that spike going down is just not happening. Liquid denying. Yes, a trade back and forth, but Nats has crept forward. He's still here to clear, and Purpo's been spotted. This is all getting difficult now. Team Liquid redrawing the lines of battle. The flash, the timing was outrageously good. Nats tries to just stand still and hope he wasn't spotted. But it's Redgar in a 1v1. Oh, he's got him. Redgar pulling it off and putting GIANTX up to 7.
Beautifully done. A 4K from Redgar, I don't see them very often, but a crucial one nonetheless. Keep GIANTX in this half, in this map as well. They talked about this ult cycle looking pretty healthy for GIANTX. That round victory's definitely going to support that as well. 1 off the lockdown, 1 off the Tour de Force, 2 off the pit. And the null command will be here at the disposal of GIANTX.
Here.
See a back and forth exchange here. I mean, that diffuse on B side from Mystic really kind of altering the outcome in the next couple of rounds. Nats, though, back in this spot.
Not again. Not again. Oh, this time. Yeah, they look at the difference. Wait, what? Yampy? No, no, they've got ghosts. They've got ghosts up against a full by Fatino looks dead as well. You give them an inch and they're taking a mile. Liquid. 2 of these rounds are nuts that they've got in this half. The defuse against, was it 3 or 4 that Mystic pulled off right under their noses? And then that.
It comes in a round where, as I said, GIANTX have so many tools to try and convert this, to secure this round.
Oh, I'd be fuming.
Nats not happy to sit back and let this one pass him by this time around. Liquid crunch into B main. Yeah, I don't know either one. A weird fist bump with Bacon nonetheless.
Bacon was having none of it, wasn't he? What's up, brother? At this point, we have ults. 12 to 7, though. You have 3 ults, and you probably quite like to use them. But Liquid have been up to weird things. They've been winning rounds that just feel a little strange. So now, what do, right? You've got Kiko on the other side with his ult. You've got Nats as well. They're going to pop the ult that was spoken about, and now there's a double swing potentially off the back of Yellow. Do they predict this? Totally different look here, right on the knife's edge. Mystic, he's fallen. It's all on Kiko, the one-man band. Oh, he delivers 2 fantastic kills, but GIANTX still standing, still breathing, trying to operate with less. They've got 3 alive. The plant's still being denied. They're just not getting what they want from that. Oh, Nats has an angle. Cloud, that boy is rather fortunate here. They are really chomping at the bit, Mike.
I don't know what was going on behind Yellow there. I don't know if that was an upgrade or what, but Yampy's found another.
Oh,
And he will
hoodie.
respond. Yeah, he definitely was looking for a weapon swap out here, but a 2v2 now for GIANTX to once again try and keep hope alive here on Icebox.
30
Who's on the
seconds
other
left.
side? It's Enzo by Snowman. And you've already got Yampy wondering if they're going to try and hit that A site, right? That's what they're considering. So obviously all the... Oh, come on, Enzo! Come on! No breaks allowed. As Hoodie has to isolate a kill here, and he has no idea, no clue where Yampy was, and Enzo, the known factor, still besting him.
Yeah, I think GIANTX probably going to have their hands full in terms of dealing with this. Unless they've done their homework. No, exactly, unless Kiko's got any other set pieces to cook up here. Redgar in a weird spot here. Yampy's found 2, though. Somehow, a weird exchange in mid. 2 in either favor. Plant will still come through, though, for Liquid.
Yeah, should have the site, and the tempo can now slow down a little.
Spike planted.
Have to close the gap, clear back through. Yeah, they've got some utility to do so, but it'll take a second or 2 to get there.
Didn't even notice Cloud actually getting tagged up as well, so could argue a slight advantage here for Liquid, but everybody huddled into site, Lauren.
Yeah, a little paranoid about a lurk there, but no one is. Everyone on the site can still see him closing the doors. Still a little worried that someone is behind them. Little do they know it's all 3 on the site. And Cloud taking steps through. The paranoid is going to catch it. Only he's one able to take the fight, and that's going to be Hoodie. A 1v2 needed. Kiko, yeah, a little low, but he's still breathing. He's still standing. They're still holding on. The site. But time, you can hear it. It's ticking. They don't have much time on this one, and Hoodie knows that his days are numbered. And yeah, Enzo just toying with him, teasing it with him. That's cruelty at its finest.
He was looking to fire the shock dart straight at him. Liquid on the board, though. Yeah, really strange. Yeah, because Purpo's just not expecting this at all with where Redgar is positioned over towards Sub Rosa. But 2 for 2. I mean, a chance here maybe for GIANTX to pick up the pace on the flank, but... yeah, Yampy lining up the shock dart for Enzo.
Ready for the role play.
Hoping for it.
Jump them.
Good start, and again, I think the paranoia you see in the retake there is if Kiko's managed to get himself into a tricky spot with a TP, so really GIANTX got their head on a swivel.
Well, like we get to take the first step, and now we see if there's anything GIANTX want to do back, right? Like, are they up to anything in this round in particular? Frenzies, Sheriffs, and Classics, and not much else.
No progress made by GIANTX, but a deeper hold towards B main. Purpo looking to try and make use of the Sheriff in that situation. Liquid undecided just yet.
Deploying drone.
Drone will sniff out the deeper hold we were mentioning.
I mean, for once, they've actually fallen for the Owl Drone fake.
Yeah.
Didn't really work on the first map, but now seems to have found a little bit more validity as they do take towards the site. The pressure comes in from Cat, and Redgar has to evacuate. He had the Frenzy, and he... Very lucky there. 3 of them towards CT, 2 through middle.
Spike planted.
And the information free flowing. Nats, though, almost pre-fired, it felt like, by Purpo there. Enzo now to try and deal with the wave coming. The flood back on through. Handles 2 of them, expecting that push and pull through on towards Triok, towards Cat. And he's doing well enough. Getting a little close, but they should be able to break that final hurdle. As Hoodie, yeah, gonna go down. So no harm, no foul. It was really Yampy, who was that one player you never wanted to lose. He was that backbone there, but well explored by Liquid.
A beautiful shot from Purpo, and that's looking to swing on, obviously on the back of his spy cam being removed here. GIANTX nearly finding a way back into this, but unfortunately with limited investment on the side of Liquid, it's not necessarily upgrades for them to find on the back of these picks. Like you noted, Yampy, as long as he's safe, tucked away somewhere with the rifle, nothing really gets out of hand. Clean start here on the decider for Liquid.
I mean, out of all the bonuses we've seen, though, this isn't probably the most threatening. We've seen a couple with those Guardians coming out, so I'll be interested to see if maybe this is the one where we do see GIANTX get, you know, that 2-1 start. They can start building off the back, but Redgar again. I mean, the tempo on this is quite bizarre because
he's got all the way into Sub-Rosa, yeah.
But are they going to be considering this? This was used early, right? I feel like Liquid are going to consider it at some point. Now, we have to wait and see when. On the other side, and it's so dangerous to do this when I'm sure the Liquid would love an upgrade or two, but they don't consider it. Oh my god. Oh, it could have been more.
Yeah.
It could have been more, and that is another rifle.
Could have argued, should have been.
Absolutely. Now, the issue is that it is on Mystic, and he can't quite ferry it any closer just yet. But again, that's still fine. You'll still take that. That's still huge. Purpo's position, he didn't relent. He still held on the backside of that. So Yampy goes down, and what? What is going on here? Did they just forget Purpo existed? As now Enzo and Nats, both with rifles, up against 3 in middle, and we've just got to fight. Everyone's swinging. They're all taking opening fights. What a strange round, Mike. Break that down for me. I'm kind of curious what they were going for there.
I mean, Mystic's caught with Smokes out, maybe just not computing the fact that Yampy's fallen. They don't have that safety net of the Viper Wall cutting sightlines in mid. Again, even there, descended into chaos. Said Redgar. Even here, yeah, Yampy's way ahead of it, so there's a big window.
There's a gap there,
here.
Yeah, that's the bit that catches me, the timing.
Maybe just not anticipating a swing onto Purpo's angle. Sorry, Purpo to swing onto that angle.
Yeah.
And for him to tuck himself in, but, I mean, in that situation, he's always going to keep swinging that. So, yeah, a little bizarre, but...
Not quite how I imagined GIANTX getting that round, but a round nonetheless for them.
Time to jump.
Again, keeping eyes on this, it looks like a high priority for GIANTX to get Purpo posted up, right? That is something they want to kind of build back to. They're leaving Nats on that side of the map with the TP. Actually, Yampy kind of drifting this way, so wondering if that's the eventual goal. But that spike is up cat as it stands.
So, yeah, will be cancelled off on the knife. Tinho slow things down as well, dealing with the clone. Fast rotation across Purpo is probably hurt.
It's huge.
Yes! It's only one though. Dash pop, but not able to get away.
No, but it's still going to be a split, right? They're still utilizing middle rather than cat. Obviously, that wherever the Aldrin is, they're not on that side of the map. Just call it that for now. As it stands, though, 2 players already answered the call. Hoodie being one of them. The Paranoid didn't isolate him, but actually it's Kiko to take him away. Sight is now available, and so should be the plant. But the issue is it's still on Enzo, and he's tucked in the corner. Take it away, and GIANTX claw back into the game.
So caught on switch here with the spike. No chance to even convert that through. I think that's what we're seeing there, the information being relayed. Maybe something has gone awry on the way into sight here. Felt like Liquid found the kills that they needed, at least to get themselves into a post plant, but it takes a weird pause ahead of getting onto site and yeah, waiting to confirm another kill in CT potentially.
Here.
A little bizarre, but speaking of bizarre, Bucky on the board. Ult for Kiko. Try and make things work pretty quickly, I imagine.
Yes. What's he doing? Paranoia. Bucky. You can see the Cloud was ready with a shotty, but I mean, the man was blind. There's not much you can do.
Paranoia, yeah.
Yeah, that was really well done, set into motion, so they get the side control, but can they get that spike across? Hoodie wants to deny that if he can, try and catch some chip damage on them on the way through. Keep getting really anxious at this, wants to get into it. Oh dear,
hit on the
Fitty.
counter spam.
Beautiful, but that rifle is recoverable because it can drop to the next man now. Spike is in, so time's on their side. Lots of util to work with still for GIANTX, and that's maybe one of the key pieces on the other side though. Enzo trying to send this down range, does get a tag and a frag. Fitty from afar, and it's down to 3. Mike, this is getting really dangerous.
Yeah, Tripwire dealt with, but one way goes up here. GIANTX need another kill, but it's traded out. Mystic's found a response.
But Redgar's been really on fire this game. Mechanically, actually hitting some shots. Why did I say it? And now Purpo with that operator feeling less and less invested, and this is getting, oh God, why did I say it? Why did I say it? What have I done? Team Liquid, oh dear. They'll be happy, but I don't think GIANTX will be with that sort of moment.
No, you could argue it's not the prettiest end to the round,
No,
but statistically, at this point, it's going to be a difficult recovery nonetheless. Beautiful setup here for Kiko.
That was so nice at the start.
And not an awful lot you can do in that situation if you're Cloud.
One enemy remaining.
The widest of swings.
The pop-in swing on that, just keep it holding it down. Oh, it's
It's a
my
mental
heart.
killer.
My heart breaks a little bit, especially after that mid moment as well. Like Redguard's, I mean, keep in mind, Redguard is top fragging for the GIANTX side, so you know there is some validity to what I'm saying. I promise you, but still, that's gonna, that's a little sour moment. But anyway, shake it off and move on. You look to see what we're kind of have from Liquid. This. I'm gonna be honest, Mike. This is some of the weirdest Valorant I've seen in a moment.
It's been an odd day so far.
How have you found it?
Entertaining.
I don't think Purpo's gonna be feeling that.
Blade Storm removed now, and Yampy on the Viper with an operator.
Of course, of course he is.
And these are the sort of kills that versus a Yoru comp you don't really want to see Liquid getting kind of dry engagements on the extremities because then they have so many options. I think that's maybe why GIANTX are looking to prioritize mid. Maybe catch some of these the stragglers in rotation maybe when they're trying to fake a site and then capitalize on Kiko's TP.
Yeah. Everyone's in the right place. Everyone's here. We're all in this together.
That's big info.
That's huge. Okay, nice stall as well. Hoodie's going to slow down Kiko. He can't break in. Now, with 25 seconds, how are you going to get on the site? I'm kind of interested what the plan is. Is it Enzo on the operator? Is that the entry point? Because it's still util.
Doesn't feel good, no.
No, Michael, this feels quite bad. This feels awful. As GIANTX are going, well, they've got 20 seconds to try and take the site against all of us.
And this is a perfect example of when GIANTX can take this space away. Like I said, Redguard's position is fairly pivotal. It might look a little troll that he's just walking into mid every round, but he's there to cancel out some of these fakes. And then when you have Hoodie in a position to get into, or anybody on the side of GIANTX, whoever's holding onto these sides to get into spots that Kiko wants to TP into. Late round, if you can stop him, you see here, it's actually just a spam. Murphy maybe notes the TP preemptively. But that's when you can't, I mean, Josh was talking about this, so you can't split those angles off the choke point. If somebody...
And it's just a very out of tempo, very off game feel so far, and I don't think that's going to really stop as it stands, but we're going to find out as the operator is still in hand with Purpo, so he's going to be willing to take fights, challenges, and look who's going walking again. Redguard is willing to do this every single time.
Thing is, in the rounds that it's unconfirmed, if he saw it ahead.
Oh my god, the timing. He's caught Mystic. He just wants to get out of there. Get out of dodge, and he does. I mean, and they've lost out on Mystic early, so what do they have to depend on late?
I mean, at least here it's confirmed, right? This is a confirmation that it is happening. The rounds the Liquid don't spot out these sort of pushes from Redguard, those are the concerning ones, because that's when they will get caught off in rotation. So now looking to line up a dart. Just try and force somebody off an angle or find some utility. But he nonetheless tucked into a site.
And again, the problem is you've still got Purpo then, who's adjusted from middle, going to go sit towards B main, right? So again, committing to the extremity while playing safe on the other side of the map. Even if Liquid get right up in the middle, it seems like it's already accounted for. Cloud's keeping a shoulder on this. Like, yeah, market might be a bit sketchy, right? That could be a little bit scary, but there's still Purpo, right? So Purpo can punish. He's going to find Kiko fall away. There's no second layer of pressure. They're down in 25 seconds. And Purpo can just keep doing damage, right? He's got support on site in the form of Cloud. Do they continue on this trajectory? Yes. And they've got to do it dry. There's nothing fun about this for Liquid. They are so red. And yeah, the pit's a little interesting. As now, what are you going to do? Nothing.
And that flash over the top there from Vitinho. What was that? I mean, the first one, a full team flash, but actually, Yampy getting caught on the outside of this pit, which I think is just to try and cut off the CT, but again, there's no guarantee you find this plant. I think it just comes to it exactly the same time Enzo fell there. Didn't catch the voice line the first time around. Yeah, that flash still catching on the backside there.
They've got to come up with a plan. Now, they've had one timeout so far. I think Liquid still have another. Would they burn it in this half? I don't know, but you're kind of hoping IGL-wise they can find a solution to Redguard taking away a lot of space from them. Now, obviously, you can't do this every round. That would just be silly. And obviously, no need to in this round. But again, pace change here, Mike.
Exactly. With this purchase, you don't want to see Redguard running down mid.
No.
Not punished.
No. I was surprised. I thought he might have been caught there, but... Oh.
I think maybe trying to find this man with the Guardian, but... He missed when he looked sharp in the previous hit. Just have Cloud and support, so not necessarily a concern just yet.
They're trying to make him sweat here. Liquid just holding just close enough, and that's, I don't think he even fired off a shot then, unless I missed it. And as Cloud gets to take these, oh God, what the hell is that?
That was a disgusting transfer.
Enzo, I mean, Mystic made a go of it, right? But what are you gonna do, Enzo? 1v4 here, 40 seconds. I mean, 47 HP.
A chance.
30 seconds
Maybe
left.
to catch somebody. Well, nearly.
Redgar.
Of course it would be Redgar if anybody on the side of GIANTX, but he finds the kill. GIANTX find their 5th.
Right, so here comes the interesting part, right? Have they found the solution? What's the next steps then as well for GIANTX? You can't keep doing the same thing, but you want it to still have that similar effect, right?
Yeah.
So you can't just keep walking Redgar down middle. So what do you do now? How do you keep track of any of these adjustments that they might be trying to run?
Well, I think for Liquid, honestly, I do think the response is a little pace in the early round.
Yep.
If they're allowing GIANTX to take this space, then ultimately they are limiting their options, or I guess the efficacy of this sort of composition. And try and work towards the ultimate once again for Kiko. They have the TP on the North F for Liquid, but
Look how deep Purpo's exploring.
yeah.
Yeah. Now it's not without a challenger.
Yeah, I mean, they've got a good feel for the map, though.
Yeah.
I think they're kind of reading that, yeah, Liquid is set up in a widespread default, looking for an engagement on one side of the map.
They did this before, but there's no really way out here for Kiko, so I'm kind of curious what his game plan is, unless they double pump towards A. It kind of looks like it's like a double fake almost.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, as well, with Mystic coming over here, maybe if they fake, there's still a chance for him to TP elsewhere. It's the drones who actually try and fake into B main. Yeah, will be confirmed. Purpo's going to know there's nothing behind it. There's a spy cam as well.
Again, the reliance on these outdoor fakes just aren't enough to sell. You've still got 4 players here for GIANTX. Yeah, Redgar gets forced out of his first position, but he's still here, and he's got support now coming in from heaven. Isolated 2 on the side, but they need to deny them the step forward. Cloud!
Just farming.
Death from above.
30 seconds
Liquid
left.
looking too simplistic here, too readable. And now Yampy in a 1v5. There's 20 seconds. And he's got a whole lot of players to deal with. It's not going to happen. Cloud, excellent work from the side, but Mike, it's too obvious.
Yeah, and again, with these sort of defaults, if you're waiting, anticipating, or trying to capitalize on rotations to find a pick on one side, you still have to achieve something with a default. And the fact, I'm not sure when the spy cam's activated, or if that's the first
I
time.
didn't catch that, yeah.
If it was activated previously, somebody has to remove that, because you can't fake versus that sort of utility. If that's so deep on main, it's going to confirm behind the drone that it's just Enzo. Even if he pushes forward, best case scenario, he finds a kill on Purpo. There's still a camera. It's not going to sell anything.
It's not like an instant red alert, no.
Just kind of pray that GIANTX will give you one.
Yeah. And now the problem becomes is the economy to boot, right? They should have a buy behind this, quite a decent one. They're going to have ults to play with, but they're going to face 7 rounds regardless. I mean, hey, look, maybe they can convert something there, but it's going to be very, very difficult to do so. So this is a good round to maybe kind of go through the protocol list of how they want to address some of this utility, or maybe just kind of keep it in mind, right, of what they need to be executing going forward. And again, a little bit of a split here. 3-2.
Well, that, say Kiko, gotta be careful of that kill trip. Yeah, it's on such a deep angle to clear it.
Very difficult.
Punished, removed here. Spike not committed just yet. This is Liquid dipping their toes, testing the water in A main.
Right here.
Struggle to find much else here. 2 sheriffs, so a chance to find a pick at least. Yampy trying to scale behind some of his utility. Yeah, GIANTX, I mean, look how deep they are. Purpo's the only one really committed on anything. He's got the dash, he's posted deep with an operator as well. Got to favour him in a round like this.
Stay down.
Not too worried about it. Maybe they can isolate him from that crunch, but the door's still in play, right? So it's like, there's his
Yeah, because it's pistols,
offset timing.
it takes a long time to chip away at that.
Yeah, spam in there. I was kind of looking at this if they were kind of using this as like a mini timeout as well, just kind of taking their time over chat, but I didn't see Enzo kind of talking through too many options while they were waiting in middle. So I was kind of interested if they were going to use this as an extended pause, but not really the case, just kind of trying to play out what's in front of them, explore middle a little bit, and there's no threats to be found in GIANTX. Going to be happy with what they've done so far, and Lucia flawless here, so they keep everything they come in with, financially becoming excessively stable. And now, Liquid need to deliver here, Mike. There's no two ways about it. It's got to be like this.
Yeah, map 1, streaky in terms of consecutive rounds here, but a little more concerning to see it in map 3 in terms of the nature of some of these round losses for Liquid. But I guess a real positive if you're looking at it from a GIANTX perspective. They've controlled this composition of Liquid very well.
Ooh, battle on short here. Bit of a fight for middle, it looks like, Mike. Yeah, they're getting into this one. Purpo's fully committed. And oh my, wait. Redgar's walking mid again. And he's just about to pull this back out of the hat.
So this is the sort of round where I hope, if this has been noted in the timeouts, what the response is if Liquid try and prioritize a site, which it looks like they might try and catch a window towards B's side. But Cloud's still here. Does have the Hunter's Fury, so curious to see him commit towards a side position.
Yeah, deeper arrow drone, and there's the ult as well, just to add on top of it. There's no assistance coming. Cloud, you are on your own. How much can one man do? The paranoia Sen, he knows what's coming his way now. Oh, but the flash on top. Lovely adjustment there as well. Adding layers to this, knowing the spam would be in play, but we've seen this play before. It's not the first time, but Redgar gonna remove move is opposing number.
And that's now will be noted with a knife, so further information potentially, but not necessarily clear. Exactly on the position, but a huge ultimate from Enzo.
Yeah, they're trying to scramble, trying to get out of there. Oh, almost got Purpo down as well. Now the 3 of the walk-in wounded. Looking a little less healthy than they'd want. Nat's waiting for that smoke to dissipate. If he gets a chance, he's going to hear the steps. The timing might just be right. The flash! Outstanding! Coming in. And Liquid, this time they get it.
I mean, that might just be best case scenario, recovered half here for Liquid. A chance to maybe find 5, but at least coming out of this 8-4, yeah, you're not necessarily happy, but with how it's gone. Flash was fantastic from Kiko.
How did it get all 3 there?
The top,
It's
yeah.
just,
This is a nice
yeah,
spot.
really impressive.
Here.
But yeah, to even just, I guess, plug the lead, stop the bleeding here in terms of that run around. Crucial for Liquid. And it will be a miracle if they do find a 7-5, to be honest. Because they looked shut out of this.
Okay, so I'm wondering if Yampi noted the utility invested late towards B main. Again, we still know that there is a play here in the form of Purpo.
Here.
So have they righted their wrongs, right? Have they learned these lessons? As they're trying to kind of imply pressure in middle, going to force out the outdrone on the other side. And it's Yampi to go and try and clear this camera. It's a little game of chess between these two, the information game early.
Yeah, Liquid is so cautious. I mean, this time around, not in the typical kind of 2-1-2 that they have been. So they were trying to get a split going early on, but maybe not liking the look of something. Kiko now going to try and...
This is really close. Bye, Fatinho. Finds a swing so well and gets out of danger until then. Enzo on a trade. Okay, so they've made impact this time. A 1-1 trade out, but Hoodie gets cleared. This is better. But still, the final boss waiting is Purpo, and he was the problem. Yeah, they get the info, but they still have to get past him if they want to, I guess, nail the landing on this B site. You know where he is, but you got to handle him. Mystic does well to find Cloud just charging into the smoke. In name and in nature, he finds his value, but it's Purpo still the problem on the back of the site. Still finding the kills. And did he spot Mystic? I think he absolutely did. But oh, stunning from Purpo. The final boss stands, and Liquid don't get past him.
And it's just another example, though, of how split Liquid are. It takes so long for them to collapse behind what is a win, effectively. And I say a win, it's a trade. It comes to a trade in tree, and ultimately it's not Kiko you want to see fall because he's the one that can TP out, capitalize on the pressure elsewhere on the map. And then, like I said, it takes a full 10-15 seconds after Yampi dies to even descend upon B site. 8-4.
It's not impossible,
It's
but
not. No, it did. Like I said, I still come back to the same thing. It feels like a bit of a recovery at the end here to even find one. Like I'm
because what it was the
clutching at
pistol.
straws.
Yeah, because it was the
clutching
pistol and then
straws
this.
here.
Oh man.
Yeah, sorry, but yeah, pistol round 5 and then round 11.
Yeah.
Like,
ain't easy. Ain't easy. If you're a Giants fan, you're going to be happy with what you've seen. They won the kind of, I guess, the harder rounds to convert. The rifle rounds, they had a good beat on the game, but ooh, Redgar. Going to be left feeling a little bruised after that. Reeling on 64. Nats posted up. This is very proactive, actually, from Liquid. And Enzo's got to be careful, because he could get isolated here. If there's pressure felt on extremities, the normal answer is middle.
I think GIANTX, you can see them kind of considering that. That's the expected next step here. Trying to get Rats back into a similar position we saw on Icebox a few times. Tucked behind a box.
And the only open segment is here. Now, yeah, there is utility, but once that's gone, it's game on, and they're going to be isolated towards main. The smoke actually going to kind of adjust the routing a little more, going to take him towards heaven, but Redgar's just kind of playing his life.
Yeah, I was going to say, you want to just see him sit here. He's got the
Yep.
paranoia, so he can set up the rest of the team to retake this space if necessary.
This is smart from Redgar.
It's so well read.
This is really, really well done. They're not going to clear this deep. They may consider it, but he's kept two players busy. That's beautiful from Redgar. A 1-for-1 trade out. They might have to be now careful of A main in the kind of, I guess, post-plant, but that was really well done from him. Heads up work, 3 players noted. They now know everything. They have the full information and full picture. GIANTX shouldn't have too many surprises, so Liquid got to really turn up here with some shots. Get that information back on track. First couple of attacks found towards Nats. It's actually Cloudify, Yampi, Enzo on the trade, and it's going to be Nats trying to find them towards Hell. But it's not going their way. But still, Kiko and Enzo against the odds, against the information the Redgar worked so hard for, turns it on its head.
He buys a ton of time, but just can't hold on. I think maybe anticipating that Liquid have finally given up on trying to dig him out of that position. Initially, I mean, with Yampi. Yeah, Yampi's attempt to throw himself back onto site here. Liquid able to come out on top. Again, not out of this map just yet. Set themselves up to get themselves a comeback going here in the second half.
Right here.
You know you're playing
Cloud, yeah, Cloud almost blocked out there. By the way, you can see the moment of panic.
There they
Again,
are.
just, oh dear.
Well, Nats actually.
Wait, it was
started to
Nats?
smoke, yeah.
Oh, the shock dart on top. It's a blender. Cloud, yeah, he's alive on 8 HP. That's a flawless and a half. It ain't pretty, but it's job done. Okay. All right, Liquid. You're taking the first steps. Sell me on it now. Once we get into these gun rounds, hey, this is your bonus, so I'm not going to hold you to such a high standard, but I want to see it in the gun rounds. But for now, they've done what they needed, Mike. 2 steps. That's it. Pistol, convert second, and look at how they did it as well. Yeah, that's lush work coming out. I mean, you take it when you get it. It ain't the prettiest, but hey, job done. Exactly.
Yeah, same.
True.
I was just about to say that, Enzo.
I agree. He's been playing with Mitch.
I was just saying, Cloud buying the Odin back into this, yeah. And a smile from Enzo to confirm. They're trying to dig him out of that position.
I have the spike.
You have to try and make this work now. Again, a bit more difficult to justify on the attack. Nonetheless. See how it does progress. See the drone going to clear through towards bottom mid here. I mean, Liquid very proactive on the other side of the map, looking towards short, but forced back now and going to re-explore main.
Cutting through.
Still a minute left on the clock as well, so this is
Yeah.
very proactive from
Yeah,
Liquid.
it is. I quite like it. Timing could be rather interesting too. They're going to get so much information, but again, I don't know how GIANTX are going to read this either, because they're making slow but steady progress towards B, up middle. Yampi, he's drifting away because there has been enough time passing now. A little bit of info. And now here comes the burst, but it's going to be Nats and Enzo here. Oh god, look at the state of this. Cloud leaps on in. Actually, it's Purbo to clear Enzo. Sights available and open.
Yampy found one in towards. Door actually, yeah.
Spike planted.
Can he actually follow up on this though?
And again, these outlaws aren't going to be what they really want here either, because look at the armor that's on the other side. This isn't going to be as comfortable as maybe they'd want. Trying to spam their way through, but there's so many unknown angles, so many issues they could face, and I gotta say, Kiko's pretty far away from this still.
I mean, they're looking to just kind of herd them in here.
It looks like it.
Remove these weapons as best they can.
I mean, it is just a bonus, I guess. That's maybe not the worst outcome.
I think now GIANTX have realized.
Trying to exit through on Cat.
Oh, he's actually ducked under it.
That's so sick. Very nice work from Yampy. Beautifully done. Going to cost them a lot here. Maybe even considering, did I have time for that defuse? No, absolutely not. But still, you take him. Nice little bonus there. Cost him a great deal.
Full reinvestment required here, but I guess that's how you make the attack in Odin work. Just jump on Nats' head. Response found here. And, I mean, the purchase is not as bad, all things considering. One off the Hunter's Fury for Cloud as well. But Liquid have set themselves up here in the second half. 3 rounds left to find to close this gap.
Looking towards middle, because Kiko is eyeing up tiles, but wondering how far he's... Okay.
He's got a ton of space here.
To explore. Yeah, Fatino's sitting really deep on this. I'm wondering what the game plan is.
Time to jump.
It looks like they want to re-clear middle. Maybe Cloud's aware of the possibility. Yeah, well, I mean, he was considering it, but actively clearing.
Yeah, decent tag onto Kiko, though, down to 46, so that will humble him maybe for the rest of this round. Keep him in check.
Still a worry,
yeah,
wait.
Yeah.
Anyone down there? No. It was a single-man
Imagine
mission.
that's Redgar calling to clear that spot.
More than likely. What do they do now? Down to 4, right? Like early damage. They're not finding any easy pathing, but again, very patient from GIANTX.
Walking towards this trip, though. Just outside market. That'll be confirmation.
No charge. 30 seconds
Spy
left.
cam to confirm numbers on the way in here as well. So yeah, going to be tough. GIANTX to continue pushing forwards here towards B.
20 seconds. They know they're going towards Nat's held site. Never easy. 14. Yeah, there it is. That's why Nats is always good for 1, but he does get traded out. But it's Yampy then to take over the mantle. 8 seconds for this plant. They need to defend him. Hoodie tries but fails. Team Liquid still standing, still breathing, and closing the gap. 9-7 now. Another step in the right direction for Liquid. And this has humbled the money off that fantastic bonus round. The amount they achieved there, this quells any of those purchases back from GIANTX.
Again, the trip just so deep on lane. You can see Purpo's conscious of it. He doesn't want to just barrel onto site, but even so, I'm walking out mid.
And I was a little surprised because Fatino and Cloud both seemed kind of considering it, but neither invested utility.
Drone, recon, like there's tools there to sniff that out.
Yeah, no one went for it, so I was a little, wondering if that's maybe the change. Oh, it's Enzo. Oh, and Nats. Oh, God, they've not seen one of these players. And the last time in these sort of rounds, I don't think they saw them either.
So don't let Enzo get back on. I was going to say Hoodie's already tagged up.
Yeah.
You can see him just tucking into the corner. Escapes the drone as well. GIANTX very quickly reduced to 3. Well, 1 3/4.
1 3/4. That's how we talk about Tom and Mitch. Right. I don't know why I'm blaming him today. It's because he's not here. I just, blame Mitch a little bit.
There's too much Odin. You just think of Mitch.
Yeah, it makes you want to like be upset and take it out on Mitch because I think he encouraged it if anything. But again, there's no real easy avenue forward here for GIANTX, but they're going to try what they can. And Yami's position is basically wraps on this round. The second, it's so good. Again, him taking over that A main control, he already had the round in hand when they don't have a split towards it. There's no threat there. So again, 9-8 gap. Again, closing now. Now if we get 9-9, it gets a little fun. But they do have that snowball round almost in touching distance. Mike, it's right there for GIANTX.
Down A.
Yeah, looking on the other side of things. Hunter's Fury, yes, a pit to maybe slow things down on the defense for Liquid. You're absolutely right. GIANTX going to have plenty of tools at their disposal here, should they get Coutinho and Purpo another orb.
Okay. Early round towards B, not going to happen. Okay, that's a Viper's pit and a half.
That's a wide spread on that. They completely cut off any possibility of splitting through 8.
Yampi's works better than Nats's, is what we figured out. That's gonna... I wonder how that kind of tempers maybe GIANTX's plans, because it's very hard to kind of apply pressure in those choke points up cat.
This is the sort of pit that you have to walk so far into it that you're always going to be 1 HP. Yampi can just sit at the other side of that, and it's not one that you can really challenge with utility, because there's such a huge gap to close on him. Unfortunately, the other side of this, maybe reading into this that, you know, the pits here, maybe they don't have Nats' utility alongside it.
Got a pop flash waiting on this. Hello. Hoodie.
Hoodie lives here, this is huge.
How are you alive? Kiko's mad about it. He's Hoodie looks so chill about it. It's like someone just flew at me with a shorty. They had a little setup for me. I'm all good. I'm going to still get
He should
the
never get one in that situation.
I don't know how he did, but it's a miracle and it's worked out well. But they're going to get a plant here, but they're going to be worried about Cat. There's no subtlety to where Team Liquid are going to be residing, but can they handle them? So far, the answer is no, but it's traded back and forth. Mystic going to put down Redgar, who caught Nats, but the plant gets denied for a set. Oh, God. Oh, God, again, Enzo. He's such a nuisance to play up against.
He's
And
got
drifts away.
now as well.
And you can hear it there.
He gets the tag on Coutinho.
Oh, dearie me, this has gone from bad to worse. There's not much more they can do. 6 seconds now. Just put a body to it if you can. Oh, there it is. Denied. Round is theirs. Team Liquid playing from the back. Positions noted. Everything noted. They still get the value. We're back up all even. 9 apiece here. Liquid turning up now.
Almost a little bizarre that GIANTX find success at A site. Like I said, Hoodie, all you could want and more from that situation. I'm not sure even actually if Nat's repositioned on the back of the spike cam being removed, maybe thinking it was a split towards B. Yeah, ridiculous wallbang to come through from Enzo.
Oh. What do you think that signified?
Just shimmy inside the pit.
That's what it was. I was just wondering. I'm sorry to put you on the spot like this. As it stands, though, talking of the snowball round, well, they've only got Sheriffs to complement it. So we see a little bit of light armor, but Purple going to bring out the knives. Maybe that's a chance to do some serious damage. We haven't really seen them be able to explore. Sure, it seems a high priority going out from Liquid to keep control of this. Early utility coming out from Yampi. And that Sack's going walkies. Yeah, hello, Kiko going to find Redgar. And the trade out, yeah, Cloud going to claim one back, but they need a couple more, and they're not going to get a couple more. It's just Fedinho, and wow, Liquid taking matters into their own hands, being proactive there. And that's 10, double digits found. But until they're across the finish line, Mike, I ain't saying a word.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about the score just yet.
I don't care if it's 12.
Comfortable second half, we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, that's fine.
They've done the hard work, though, getting back into this decider. Considering how the first half went. Kiko now. We'll pick up the operator, so another spanner in the works.
Okay.
Maybe something to throw off the early round protocols here. Not going to be as aggressive, trying to just find himself on an angle. We'll note presence off the rip here.
This is quick from Purpo. Right out middle.
Wise for Kiko to not even just retreat, but TP all the way out.
Yeah, they felt enough of that pressure. Aldrone to try and reassess the space, but denied quite early, and actually before it could clear Purpo, so maybe he gets played in, maybe not, because Yampi just swings Cat. Takes away Cloud, and they get the early man advantage. GIANTX are just getting nothing. Redgar, okay, I've told a lie. I've told an absolute fable and a fib, because Yampi comes creeping out of the corner. I don't know how he's living, let alone how he got that kill. I don't understand.
I'll handle this. Here.
Actually,
Okay.
big info from Kiko.
Okay, but the paranoia gets sent. We've got a 3v2 here. Spike is down, ults are coming out everywhere. This is a game of information, back and forth. Kiko top middle, trying to hit that adjustment, and it's great. Redgar's gotten down, flash off the back, but it's all on Hoodie. Notes the one on short, knows there's one towards top middle, but he can't get past Kiko. Keeps him down, readjusts well. Very unorthodox, but it works.
Yampy gets out of this corner after the fragment gets posted in, by the way.
Yep.
Just sitting with a full running. Cloud so conscious he can't back into either corner
Look
here.
at this. Wow.
Because he's tagged and revealed, he has to just commit towards holding the short angle. Really nice setup for the mid crunch from Liquid. Like I said, on the back of discipline, really, Kiko not giving away that opener. Feels enough pressure, as you noted, to just TP out, not look for a second angle.
Surely Liquid close this out, right? They're up 11-9. It's been an exceptional half. Clean Valorant, confident Valorant.
What a flip from the 8-4, though. Like, it's crazy to think
Genuinely.
about.
Time to jump.
Oh, we've cursed it so severely now. You ready for GIANTX to get this one? Sorry, Liquid fans. It's just for the fun. And a little bit of an adjustment here. No presence in middle that's been noted early. No steps towards B. It's the first time we're seeing this kind of A-side investigation so cleanly. There's that late mid presence going to be handled, but that's actually going to send away, if anything, Kiko towards the side of the map that they're going to be going on. And here we go, Purpo jumping at the bit. This time he's going to get in there, but it's Yampy playing from Dice, and he rolls them well, but Purpo on the trade out. Still a 3-3. Where is the spike? It's left at main. That's still a problem here. Still an issue. Couldn't quite capitalize on the kill that could have happened there, but here comes the collection, hopefully, of the player and the spike. But they've got to be careful about this one. Patino back on his feet, but it's... What? Oh, we've cursed them. We've cursed them severely, Michael. I can't believe we've done it, but it's Nats now in a 1v4. They're all standing, and it's 10 for GIANTX. Taking one step back here. The first time we've really seen them explore that A side like this. How did Hoodie get two
Show
from
me
there?
Hoodie's POV.
Please. I don't get it. I don't understand.
The second one was definitely blind through the cage, but I mean...
This is Yampy.
Yeah, Yampy slows things
Nice.
down here, gets the knock onto Fatinho, obviously.
Did the best he could. Okay.
Oh!
That's nuts.
A tough pill to swallow for Liquid. It wasn't a full investment. Obviously, there were weapons brought into that for GIANTX, but again, Liquid teed up to find themselves 12. Just missing the mark.
They're clearing the knife, kind of indicating they have taken over B main control, but the question mark is who? Who resides there? And so, love a bit of info, really reading into this heftily. GIANTX cautious on every corner.
Kind of huddled into outside B main here. Question marks across the map, yes, but looking to just find something to springboard off, a catalyst for this B site execute.
Is that enough to indicate that the operator was there? I don't really know what they... Oh, Yampy. Yampy.
Don't do Yampy things.
He's thinking about it, though.
Portal closed.
He's thinking of... Oh, dear! And Hoodie and Fatinho aren't thinking of anything because they're dead. A re-aggress from Kiko. A little maybe over the top there, but hey, take what you can get at this point. The paranoia gets posted, so it slows them down. The smoke is great, but they're going to disrespect it. Purpo going to go straight forward, but it's Redgar to fall. Ends up going to catch him with a spam, and now there's issues galore as Mystic adds insult to injury. Liquid back on track, holding it down. With 3 still alive, operator recovered. They are on match point.
A long time in the making here. Kiko's patience pays off here. He said the re-aggress, sure, maybe, but the confirmation at least behind it with how GIANTX have approached Ascent overall. And the cleanup duty on point for Liquid. GIANTX will be able to string some rifles together.
This is
A
where it
Hunter's
gets
Fury,
scary.
yeah. I'm just thinking back to the previous that GIANTX able to slip the net.
3-man walk A main. Where are they off to? It could be great, right? It could be great. Redgar won't expect them.
I think has somebody heard something from mid here? Because, yeah.
They were spamming, but I'm not sure. Okay, they're kind of
Fatinho would have been
this,
in a spot to hear those steps, but there's no pings or anything. It's only Redgar back here, and it's not necessarily an unorthodox position for the Omen to be in. Maybe just to get Kiko on this deep angle now. One off his ultimate. Have a TP back towards site, but GIANTX might be able to get behind that.
Flash.
Okay, pop flash. Ooh.
Doesn't land.
Cage trigger.
It's all a bit wonky, isn't it? It feels... Oh dear, no! Kiko waited so long, but so did Redgar, and he waited a little longer. Yampi, you gotta be a hero! And maybe he is! Purpo's gone down, he knows they're coming from short, he's got them too! But is that enough? A 3v3 now, post-plant should be on the horizon, and Cloud's got his ult. Caution being aired here, safety in the plant, but can they even get to a safe post-plant? They still have one by main, they have two on the site. Enzo starts to clear, our drone's still there, 2 shock darts to boot. Paranoia for Redgar and a lot of kit for Cloud. There's util in this post-plant, Mike.
Can they find a way to break back through though? Cloud gonna send up the recon, and yeah, Nats finding the tripwire though.
On a knife's edge, Enzo, he's fallen. Cloud gets tagged, the paranoia is perfect! And Cloud is not gonna let that slip. A step back, and maybe the knife to the heart here as Liquid, they've got money, they've got to buy, but do we go OT again?
A couple of ultimates to work with here. Obviously Kiko getting his online. That is just an outrageous shot from Yampi.
Unbelievable.
Gets a second as well, but it's just not enough. GIANTX not giving up just yet. 1 round separating them.
Full purchase. Ult, Kiko's is there. Pit's there on the other side. Oh wait, Hoodie's on. What's just happened to Hoodie early on here? Well, answer right back is that he's being hunted down on the other side too. Cloud gonna post it through, catches a tag towards Enzo. But Hoodie's on 12 HP. He must have been spammed here by Enzo potentially. I don't really know. That's a heavy loss. But this is all not where it's heading. Again, straight towards A. Yampi sat in his pit. And I mean, that's his on the A side. He's got his setup here, and already Kiko's on this side.
The difference being this time around, there is a third member. Kiko going to confirm a ton of information. Now slip back on towards site.
Do they continue? They've got 50 seconds.
Again, Operator, Phantom, and obviously 3 members noted now. So GIANTX going to try and find some sort of a window towards B.
Drop the spike.
Oh, B main seems off the menu, doesn't it, with what Enzo's been doing? So maybe quickly up middle already. Mystic seeming to consider that one. He's having a little look here. Nat's ready for it. He knows what they're doing. The information is there. The slowdown, 30 seconds now. They got to commit to this. They got to make their move. They got to get towards the site. But on the back lines is Enzo waiting, watching, patiently looking to do the damage. Good flash to force him off the angle, but Mystic unaffected so far. Could make his presence noted. Mystic can find all 3. They try and come to his side again, and Enzo, the unknown element. This is the time they close out, surely. It's all on Cloud with 10 seconds. I don't know if it's enough, but he's still going to make a damn good go of it. 5 seconds now. Enzo just needs to live, and he knows it. He keeps his heart beating, and Liquid make it out of the danger zone.